I have a lot of friends who are sober, a lot of friends who are straight edge, a lot of my friends who are going through it. I know struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism can be really, really hard, especially knowing who to turn to. It can be really, really daunting. I'm here to say that a good friend of mine and his friend started this incredible treatment center called Refine Recovery. They gave me a phone number, 855-516-3332. You can text, you can call them. It's totally confidential. It's safe. There'll be somebody on the other line to help you out, a compassionate human being to talk to help you navigate the process, the insurance treatments. They accept most of private insurances. You can go refinerecovery.com, Refine Recovery Instagram. I know it's hard, but reach out to somebody, man. People care about you. People love you. People want you to be here for a long time. People love you in their lives. If you're going through it, make this phone call. It's totally private. I know people DM me all the time about going through it and going through sobriety and trying to get straight and trying to take care of themselves. And the struggle is totally real. And Refine Recovery is the definitely move. Reach out to them, 855-516-3332, or text them, 855-516-3332. You can call or text this number anytime, 855-516-3332. You know the drill. This number is here for you to call. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them sponsor my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies. You can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just throw a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies, and one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and the immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days, and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work, and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth. Got to give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years, and my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. Welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Today I have two absolute legends. Without these two maniacs, there would be no H2O. There would be no hardcore. There would be so many things that have affected my life in a positive way. The actual godfathers are not just New York hardcore, but hardcore to me. Roger and Vinnie Stigma. Roger Miret and Vinnie Stigma. Thank you guys.
It's an honor to be here with you, brother.
Yeah, nice. Great. Beautiful house, Toby.
Thank you, man. Yeah, your first time being here, too. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for being here. Roger hit me up on Tuesday. I got these books on Wednesday. I did my best to go through both these amazing books and stories. And, so we got With Time that Roger just put out. This is your second book. The first one was My Riot, and that was 2017, I think.
Yeah,
actually.
2017, yeah.
Yeah, and then we got Stigma's first book, The Most Interesting Man in the World, which is incredible. Howie Abrams was helping with that. Shout out to Howie Abrams. How you guys doing? You guys like on a book tour now?
Yeah, instead of like a band tour, like we're on a book tour. This is awesome. I talked to your sister today. She says hello, by the way.
This guy talks to my family more than I do.
It want nothing to do with you, that's why.
Is it weird touring or not playing music and just talking about the books? Is it cool? It's different.
It's different for sure.
It's a lot easier in a way because it's no sound check, no equipment. There's only us two and Todd.
Yeah,
thank God we have Todd.
He's like your tour manager.
Yes,
he's like the book tour manager.
Yeah.
And how long have the book's been out for now? And I think Stigma mentioned that your book might be in Rolling Stone this year as a top seller.
It just got nominated or whatever how you call it for the book of the year in Rolling Stone.
That's amazing, man.
That's great news.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I just found out the other day.
Has Agnostic Front ever been in Rolling Stone?
Oh,
yeah, once in a little, whatever.
It's just cool to fast forward like this many years and then you're in there for a book.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome. Yeah, not music, man.
I think we've been in there for music for a couple things.
Yeah, we've been.
I just can't remember what.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we're finally getting recognized. Or something.
I mean, both these books are different. I mean, your original one is more like Stigma's now. Obviously, the Godfathers of Hardcore documentary covered a lot of you guys' relationship and stuff. And then also you on the Hard Lord podcast was incredible.
The which one?
The Hard Lord podcast you did recently. You and Mike DeJean, you go to church. It's all in your neighborhood.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was incredible. That was also like a mini documentary as well.
Yeah, that was fun.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's a really great podcast, man. Those kids are awesome.
They're good interviewers.
Yeah, they're really thorough. And then yours is like your collection of everything you've been having throughout your life, your archives, everything. The first Psycho shirts, the first AF shirts, the first flyers, pins, stickers, shows, tour diaries. Is this all your stuff, or you had to ask other people for shit you were missing?
That's all my stuff.
Damn.
And basically, mine is the difference is me and Vinnie put on our biographies, you just mentioned mine and Vinnie. This is more a visual, kind of the visual history of early Agnostic Front
and early hardcore.
Early hardcore. And it starts with Vinnie in 77.
I know, it's crazy, man. I have those notes when you guys
It's when
first
the scene
meet.
was very inclusive, very personal. It's those years and everything was like magical and personal and inclusive, before it became so broad and so big.
Yeah, and you talk about seeing Stigma for the first time at the Peppermint Lounge, and he has a mohawk, and he's like moshing in the crowd and stuff.
He still has the same mohawk.
I know he does, and he's got great hair, dude.
Genetics,
And he's still out there moshing too. You got to see, but he's got a guitar when he does it now. But go ahead.
He is, but it's like the first time you guys kind of see each other, and then the first time you actually go see his band too, is awesome too. The first time, I forgot the bar. The bar is called. It's like something like the A+ something bar.
The A7?
No, it wasn't A7. It was something else. It was a Peppermint Lounge, and then the second time after that was.
Oh no, that's when when Agnostic Front played at the 2+2 Annex.
2+2 Annex Club, with the Necros,
which was an
approach.
extension of the A7 Club.
Yeah, and it was John Watson, Stigma, Robbie, and Diego, and John and Diego always jumped in the crowd, went crazy and moshed while you guys finished the set on stage.
Finished the songs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was like, are they ever going to finish a song?
Yeah, no, it's more important that we get out into the crowd, mosh it up.
Yeah, and then also, like, obviously fast forward when Rabies and Robbie asked you to be in the band, it's because Stigma noticed you like a crazy slam dancer, and that's kind of how the singers of Agnostic Front were kind of picked by how crazy they did in the pit or moshed.
Well, it was also picked him, not picked, whatever, because he showed up at the shows. He was part of the scene, and that's very important to us. And I moshed alongside Roger. I became friends with him. A fair guy in the pit, just love having fun. He used to be a nice guy, Roger. What happened?
I don't know.
But he was such a great guy.
You happened. But go ahead.
He was a great friend to me all my life, since, and I don't know. I love him a lot. And, I
mean, that's one of the quotes I have here, that you guys never argue about anything, about religion, about money, about nothing. It's always just about friendship, trust, and love. And that's the bond that you guys have.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, really. Who cares?
No politics, none of that shit.
None of that. And whatever way you want to go right ahead. I'll support you any way you want.
Yeah.
And you're my friend. That's more important.
And I feel like that's why The Godfathers of Hardcore was such a beautiful doc. I think people thought it was going to be just about Agnostic Front. It was more of your relationship and your brotherhood and your highs and your ups and all that shit downs.
Yeah, it was a different journey. It was beautiful. That was done by Ian
McFarlane. Yeah, he killed it.
And he killed it. And I remember when it took him, we gave him freedom to do anything he wants.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I'll let you make a change if you want, but just one or two. So he flew me out to Boston. And when I went there, I sat there. I watched it all by myself.
Wow.
I was laughing. I was crying. I was doing everything. And when it was done, he goes, well, what do you think? Which I'm like, leave it alone. This is beautiful. And that's it.
Yeah, that doc is incredible. It's like a movie to me. It's beyond hardcore. That's just a great story.
People in my neighborhood thought it was a mafia movie.
Really?
That's how they got to see me a lot, like older people in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
it's funny because we got to see a lot of people after that movie came out. People and their parents, and they would come out there, and then a couple of guys were like, "Yeah, I saw it with my mom." Now my mom was like, "Now I understand." She didn't understand why he was locked up in a room blasting crazy music, but now she understands because she saw the movie. I'm like, wow, like you were really part of something that was meaningful, and like these it wasn't just all craziness. It was something that was meant.
I know.
Important. So it was cool.
I feel like it's crazy how people look at hardcore as this crazy, violent, scary thing, but they don't understand like the family and the brotherhood that comes with it.
That's funny you mention that because my mom, the way I looked back then, and then my mom would always say, well, look, my son looks crazy, but he doesn't do drugs, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, her friends had normal
looking
people, and they were all drugged out of their minds.
So true, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Can't judge a book by its cover.
You can't do that.
Especially mine.
And you lived, obviously there was Murder Inc. was across the street from you, too.
Yep, Murder Incorporated. The guy, I live in the apartment that Vincent Cole lived in.
It's crazy.
And he was from the outfit with Al Capone. He got shipped over to New York City to do some work, whatever, and he lived in my apartment that I live in now.
And also, I guess you watched the pigeons for them too for a while. There was like 700 pigeons in like 3 coops.
Well, there were 4 coops on my block. In my red, there were Sally Gaga's, Chalutz's. He was the gangster. He was the head of.
But tell him about my favorite one, Salvador Cancelosi.
And then Paulie Mendel, he had a lot of pigeons. He had him and Mousy and Blackie. They had the.
Okay.
But I had my bullshit coop, but I used to take care of Chalutz's pigeons. He only had fancy pigeons like satinettes and fancy tails.
Like, what do you get a fancy pigeon?
Well, you could, there's a pigeon called Ronaldo. You can look him up. $2 million. He's got a bodyguard.
What?
Is it bodyguard another pigeon?
For a pigeon?
For a pigeon.
Because you don't think about pigeons as pets, you think of them as New York birds.
No,
this is
a whole different
it's funny, speaking of pigeons, my very first arrest was for stealing pigeons. I didn't know they were government pigeons. I didn't know.
Government pigeons?
I thought they were the coolest thing in the world because they had these little things on their thing.
Right,
so and then they showed up to my house.
Right.
And they showed up to my, they had trackers. I didn't know. And they showed to my house, and they knocked on the door, and my father knew I had pigeons, because everybody had coop.
Yeah.
And they're like, we have these. I'm like trying to lie. I know. He goes, you better call these pigeons over, and they were government pigeons. They let me go after a while.
So they're tracking those ones.
Well, when the internet goes down, you got to call us.
Wow. And so what was the thing with pigeons? So you can just send messages and stuff like that.
Guess,
well, those were carrier pigeons. Back in the day, there was a pigeon called Chalamet in World War I who got shot down, lost his leg. He got the Medal of Honor of France. A pigeon.
What?
Yeah, there's a
I
whole
hope this is
story
in your
on
book.
this pigeon.
You have a pigeon tattoo?
No, I don't.
Oh, you're gonna get one today.
Dude.
Today on your nose, on your nose, beautiful.
Yeah, right. The beak. They'll call me.
No, but you got to get one. I think
I
that'd be
do.
awesome,
You're
man.
right.
Also, didn't know you're a culinary school dropout.
Oh yeah. Oh, long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also was a line chef for Mr. Bellato around the corner from my house. I used to take care of the front house, set all the tables, dry out the refrigerators, marry the cans, put up the sauce, do all the vegetables. And Mr. Bellato loved me because his kitchen was my bedroom was right outside his. And you say,
Wow.
Vincent, yeah, Mr. Blood, you want to come down? I come down, ride my bike around the corner, like 10 feet. Yeah, and park my bike right in front of the thing. And he used to give me $5. It was big then. $5.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Famous chef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have to audition for AF because you were in the Psychos? Did they say just be in the band and that's it? Show up, we're gonna play a show.
Just show up.
Yeah, just show up.
Wow.
Boy, if he didn't show up, I was going to go fucking look for him, break his
Just
fucking
show up
leg.
to a rehearsal, and 2 days later, I'm playing a show. I don't even know what I'm doing.
You played art gallery in Manhattan.
The first one was like a weird art
That's
gallery.
so random, yeah.
And then the second one was actually second or third was actually filmed, and it was at Monitors. It was called Monitors. I have a clip of it. Some of it was on the Godfather's movie.
Okay.
And you see me standing, have like this bomber jacket. They're interviewing Vinny in the Godfather's movie, and they're interviewing Adam. That was a TV show called Monitors. It was a special on punk and early hardcore. You see like the people hanging outside. And in fact, I'm singing in it, and over my head, they're playing crowd music. It's really AF. And John Watson jumps over my head. That was like my third show, you know what I mean?
Damn.
I'm like, wow, I'm getting thrown out the wolves over here.
So John Watson was like the gnarliest dancer back then.
Yeah,
No,
John.
Diego was.
Okay.
Diego was
John
a man.
too.
Everybody get off the dance floor.
Yeah, Diego was
Diego's
brutal.
there.
Okay. But he was one to watch out for.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah. I know John Watson has like his own kind of style that people
Yeah.
Everybody had their own
Everybody had their own.
style. Vinny had his own style.
Yeah.
Jimmy G had his own style.
Yeah.
Also, you were at Harley's birthday at 10 years old birthday.
10
or
years
something?
old. I seen him play before he was 10 years. He was so small, he used to have to stand up to play the drums because he couldn't fit on the drum stool.
Wow,
They didn't make him that
dude.
small. So you know how hard it is to play standing up on drums? You try it.
Crazy, man.
Anyway, I was at his 10th birthday party, and he 4 in the morning now this is. He's
I'm
chasing me
restraining myself from talking. Go ahead.
Go.
He's chasing me around the Oval Bar at Max's Kansas City. It was awesome.
Wow. You know what almost plays standing up is Mackie. Mackie's got a
Mackie
style where his
almost.
legs are almost straight standing up.
He's like
You know what I'm
sitting.
saying?
He's like sitting. It's
Yeah,
sick.
dude.
It's sick.
But that's crazy that Harley was so little like that. That's wild.
He was
man.
little kid. He was a baby. Come on, 9 years old.
Super little. Yeah.
And more talent than I have in my finger.
Is it true you made pasta with Johnny Thunders?
Sorry? Yeah, no,
Meatballs.
I didn't make
Meatballs,
pie. We used to
meatballs.
talk about
Meatballs.
him and Mario,
Yeah, okay.
the drummer.
The Meatball Wars.
Yeah, Meatball Wars there was.
And you tried out for the New York Dolls?
I had an audition, but I didn't go down.
Okay.
He sort of.
Sort of.
That would have been crazy if that happened.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah. And how long?
They don't deserve you.
Yeah, they don't deserve it. I made the jump. They didn't make
You
it.
imagine their song, they would have had a song like something called Power, and they would have been
Yeah,
yelling
yeah.
Stigma or something in their
Yeah,
song.
dude.
Could you imagine?
Well, I mean, you talk about that too. That kind of is like the Eddie of Iron Maiden. When
Yeah.
you said Stigma on the song, what it became. You
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
created this guitar hero.
Oh,
You-
yeah.
You made that.
I
Roger.
did. I created my own monster.
How long were you in the band before you guys did United Blood? Like how
Not long. I mean, we recorded United Blood in April.
Okay.
I mean, no, wait. We recorded
Like, when
in
did you
June.
join?
We recorded in
Okay.
June. I joined in April.
Okay. And I was reading about that in the book too, like how he was out of tune and you were trying to figure out what parts to scream and like where you put your lines in, but it came out so perfectly.
Yeah, and when I say in the book is that we were all learning how to. We were all learning. Nobody knew what it was doing. So
And your first time in the studio, kind
we
of,
were
right?
first time in the studio.
Yeah, Don Fury.
Adam is trying to bring Vinny into. Adam was trying to kind of put everything together because he played really slow.
Okay.
And Rabies was just on his own world.
He's like a
Was he a
wind-up
good
toy.
drummer?
No, horrible.
Okay,
Wind-up
okay.
toy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He couldn't even set
So
up the
then
drums.
Right, and then I'm trying to figure out where am I going to come in, and I'm
Yeah, yeah,
standing
yeah.
right next to Don Fury in the room.
Damn.
It was crazy.
How was Don? Cool?
Don
Yeah.
was great.
Freaking legend.
Out of
dude.
tune, out of time, out of tempo.
And we recorded, even Victim in Pain was recorded the same way too.
I was?
Out of tune, out of time, out of tempo.
Each-
That's why he's great. It's a hot mess.
But it worked though.
Yeah.
Dude,
Wow.
do you have demos of that stuff that's been out already? Probably, yeah.
We never had. We record. We used to always record. Don Fury had a 2-track.
Yeah.
That's why we used to go there, just to record songs or record ourselves, see what we sound like. But those tapes are all gone. We would go there for an hour or two, rehearse, and have tapes.
That'd be a cool name of the demos. What he just said, out of tune, out of time. That'd be such a great name for the original demos.
But
it was Raw and Unleashed. You said it was like
the only one that we had was the full set of United Blood,
yeah,
which was released as Raw and Unleashed. And it eventually disintegrated. I still have the cassette, but the tapes are gone. There was a guy out here who released it from the actual tape. Grand Theft Audio.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know the guy.
Yeah, what was his name again?
I'm
sorry, I forgot.
It's
He's
okay.
a good dude, real good person, big AF fan. It's gonna come to me. I got so much stuff in my head.
Yeah, it's crazy in your book to see like.
But I had sent him to this tape, and he did that release. Then he had called me, said, "I got bad news." I'm like, "What's that?" He goes, "It disintegrated the whole when he was doing it." I'm like, "Well, did you get it out?" He goes, "I got it." So all right, what are we gonna do? At least I got the tape, the actual blank tape, and it disintegrated. But he got it.
I mean, you moved around so much in your life. How did you keep all this stuff intact?
I kept stuff at Vinnie's house.
Okay.
I mean, Vinnie.
Vinnie's was the spot. That's what like you got
Vinnie
the
was the
fan mail,
spot
that
for
was
the fan
headquarters.
mail, the phone.
Everybody lived there.
Not only us, bands. Every band that ever came to town stayed on his floor.
You could walk to CB's from there.
Yeah.
He was the only one
that.
He was the only one that had a solid place that everybody knew.
Stable
Every
location.
band knew, and everybody knew where to go. I mean, we had 188 Norfolk Street, but that was brief.
Yeah.
You know, when we moved out, we just kept moving out different places. But Vinnie's place was consistent till this date.
I'm still there.
I know, it's crazy.
So I kept stuff
man.
at Vinnie's house, kept stuff with Kabula, kept stuff with Dave Jones,
Yeah.
kept stuff with my mother. You know, like it, and it was just everywhere.
And then tracked it down throughout the years.
Eventually,
and
it
then put
all
these together.
started coming.
I had
back.
all the equipment in my house. We used to sleep on the
I
equipment.
know, it's crazy, man. So
You've been there. You know what that was like.
You've been there how many years now?
Since 70 or mid 70s, early 70s.
Is there anybody else in that building from then?
No.
You've been in that building your whole life, but
My
you're not-
whole life.
Not,
I've
not
been
that
the only
apartment.
Well, no,
guy-
I've been there my whole life.
His whole
I've been
life.
in that apartment.
But nobody else is in there but him from back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Wow,
gone.
dude.
I used to when I was staying with Vic. Obviously, I stayed there when we all did. You know, I slept.
Yeah.
I remember sleeping on a roof, waking up a couple of times because for whatever reason I would sleep on a roof.
But they get hot in the
And
morning.
then all the old ladies are outside with the chairs, and they just sit around. I'd wake up like, "Hi, Roger, how are you?" You know, we talk. You know, the doors were wide open.
All the doors
every
open.
floor.
There were my aunt, my uncle.
Yeah.
And every floor was a family member of his.
you can smell food, so
Oh,
you
you
talked
wow,
about
forget
it.
The smell. You're walking like in heaven. You know, it's like, and it was so nice. It was so different. You
Yeah.
could walk
My
into
aunts and my grandmother
Yep.
fed the whole hardcore scene.
It's
Oh yeah,
amazing,
We used
man.
to go eat at his mom's house before every Sunday matinee, religiously.
Crazy. I mean, I don't want to know how much rent you pay, but if they ever got you out of there, they would probably bump that.
Oh, forget it. No.
40 freaking times
Well,
to like what it's going to be now.
Get him out of
Have they
there.
tried to get you out of there?
Yeah, they tried in a way, a couple of times. It's threatening letters, but I called the lawyer and they stopped.
Wow. Yes, there's no limit to how long you can stay in the apartment. That's
Well,
kinda
I'm a
crazy.
senior citizen now, so
I know,
they'll
respect.
never get me out now.
Yeah.
I finally got rights.
Are people still cooking? You smell food in there at all?
Nah, now you smell
It's all
sandalwood
takeout.
and since you see Mexican people running up and down running food, Chinese people
Yeah,
running up
it's
and
all
down.
takeout.
All takeout.
Was it-
Grubhub.
It was only Italian back then?
Oh yeah, the whole building was all
Damn,
Italian.
dude.
No, right.
It was all my
Also-
family.
Also,
Yeah.
right, the apartment directly next to you. At one point, speaking of Chinese people, they had you would look in the apartment because every door is open. Them too. Everybody's doors open,
Yeah.
and it was all bunk beds from the kitchen, like right here, all
Yeah,
bunk beds
yeah,
all the way
yeah.
around. There was like 18 people living in that apartment because
Damn,
they were
dude.
working. They were working in the sweater shops or wherever
Yeah,
they
right,
work,
Right.
Wow.
and they'll go
man.
in and out, in and out, in and out, and the doors are open. You can
We always
clearly
lived
see
among
it.
the Chinese.
Yeah.
Of course, I
Clearly
live right
see
near
it.
Chinatown.
And you do
so-
martial arts, you love
but
Bruce
imagine-
Lee.
Yeah,
Imagine
my
bunk
fa-
beds all over here,
Yeah,
Damn.
and in every room.
I don't mind living with them at all.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's crazy. It's crazy seeing your book like baby faces of like Todd Youth and Tony T-shirt, P.D. Hines, Carl Iceman.
You saw P.D. Hines, huh?
He's in there. Yeah, he's in
You
one
see
of
him
the
on
pictures.
drums.
I saw him hide in the back of this group shot in front of CB's Wrecking Machine, Gestapo, Flanagan, Freddie,
Wrecking Machine was at my house yesterday.
and Frenchie the Skin. Is like an ongoing theme in your book, man. He's always missing. He's doing some shit. He's tormenting
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You're like he was leaving the tour to go back home to New York. He's like he's a whipped commie.
Yeah, he is. He was. It's a shame.
Or he'd be missing somewhere or something.
But we loved him.
Oh,
we were just angry that she won over us. Yeah.
How long did they last after that, you think?
Not at all.
Not long at all.
Yeah, so
you should have stuck it out.
Yeah, he was like fight with her. I was in the house with them and they were fighting. So he gets on a ledge and he says,
remember that?
I'm going to jump. I said, then jump, you fucking asshole.
We're all outside yelling, jump. Now, we're his friend. 4th floor.
Yeah. Jump, man, you got no fucking balls. The ultimate stage dive. Remember he used to throw himself under a bus?
Yeah. Remember that?
He used to throw himself under a bus.
Roll under.
Where did he come from? Canada?
Yeah, where did he come from? I don't know. Out of space.
Because I thought it was Canadian for some reason.
Canadian.
French,
Yeah,
Canadian.
but I
thought it was French for some
Canada.
reason.
He is from Canada.
He is from
See,
Canada.
yeah, French. I thought it was French guy. Yeah,
He's from Canada.
interesting.
Made in Canada on his forehead,
we can't
too.
find his grave. I tried so much to try to find his grave.
So we had family in New York or somewhere.
He died right after my mom died.
Wow.
It was weird because I saw him the day before he died. And then Johnny Stiff called me up and said, French died. I'm like, I just saw him yesterday. And
he was the first guy I've ever seen with a face tattoo. Before it was
Frenchie?
cool. Yeah, he had a face tattoo in the 80s. Nobody had that shit.
It was
dude.
basically a head tattoo.
But right here, his
Yeah,
forehead,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Nobody had that shit. And then Stigma was the first person I saw the neck tattoo, I think.
1980, I got that one. I won't
Yeah.
change it.
And then
Which
Joe,
one?
I think Joe Bruno was the second guy I saw the neck tattoo back then, the Murphy's Law guy or something back then. I don't know. But he was the first, dude.
The
crazy.
devil, right?
They start off with the neck now.
I know.
Right? How great it. The neck, the hands. I'm like,
It's so weird, man.
I saw one time I was in Australia. I was playing with this band, and this guy, I only seen him in a long sleeve.
Oh, jeez.
And one day we were in backstage. He gets off stage. I'm going to get on, so we're changing. And I looked at him. I'm like, what happened to the rest? What happened to the rest of you? He's just got his hair. It looks weird.
It's like mittens and scarves. They call
Yeah,
it a Warped
yeah.
Tour bodysuit. They call it.
Yeah.
But it's
Warped
funny.
Tour bodysuit.
Yeah, it's funny because you're getting your head lasered. Shout out to Dusty Removery, and Stigma's getting his head tattooed.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Well, I was getting lazy to do something else, but after all this, I'm
Is it
cool.
because your head's shaved now and you live in like a normal town and you're a normal civilian in society?
No.
And you're off tour?
I'm far from normal civilian.
We know
in
that, but
society.
I think you mentioned your kids.
I mentioned my kid.
Yeah.
My kids were. It's weird. It's not New York City. When I lived in New York City with Nadia, for example, I lived in a squat, whatever.
I know.
Everything was crazy. Everybody was crazy, and nothing was different to anybody. You know what I
Second
mean?
and 6th Street one,
So
right?
people, yeah, the 10th Street one. People look at you twice. They don't care. They'll walk over a dead body in New York. They didn't care. That's how it was back then.
Yeah.
Now over here, my kids were starting they didn't want their friends to come over, and I was like, it was starting to bother me.
Because your tats.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I guess.
I feel tats are way more acceptable now.
Yeah.
But it's different now. My daughter, I took my daughter to see a Knock Loose show.
Yeah. She
and
likes
Slipknot,
them?
she loves him.
What? It's
And
crazy,
she goes, I like
dude.
Knock Loose. I'm like, well, let's go see
They're
them.
killing it, dude,
Great
right now.
guys, and
Great
they
guys.
we were backstage hanging out with them. They're very great,
Yeah.
awesome. They're fans of us too.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was so cool. They were my daughter, and she really loved the whole show. And
Yeah.
Slipknot too.
My son likes them. Yeah, they're awesome.
So it was cool.
Yeah.
My son, he he's still kind of a little bit more reserved, but so was I. And at his age, I was always very introvert.
Yeah.
Agnostic Front kind of got me out of it, kind of,
Mhm.
because I used to, even when I was playing with the cycles and bass, I had something to hide behind. Now I
Yeah.
had nothing to hide behind.
Were you nervous your first show with AF?
Probably.
Because you were a fan?
Probably,
Into
yeah,
the band,
probably. I
yeah.
just, but at the same time, I still get nervous when I play some shows. So don't you? You get a little nervous
I get a little
sometimes.
stomach shit
But as soon
sometimes,
as you
yeah.
hit that first note, it's all gone. It's
I
all
think
gone.
it's good to still get nervous.
Yeah, I think it's that
Keeps you in
energy,
check.
and also you hit that first note, and you're everything's fine. Everything's
Yeah.
fine. That's what always was from the minute.
Me, I just can't wait to get on.
Yeah,
I
this-
know.
Yeah, I
He
want to.
cheers himself on.
Yeah, I cheer myself
You're
on.
a true
I-
entertainer, man. I like you talk about in your book. It's like you're not just a guitar player. You're an entertainer. That you're here to entertain, make people smile, have fun. You want with the
Yeah,
people.
right,
It's beautiful,
you know?
man.
And I mentioned that in the book too. I
Yeah.
mentioned how you read it. I mentioned
Yeah.
the same thing.
It's true.
It was
like
he
it's
was
beyond
never
that.
about being a great guitar player,
Yeah.
but he had a certain style, a certain sound that the people loved, and he was about his guitar style wasn't about being better. It was about saying something, doing something meaningful, and saying something. That's what it's always been about.
And it was about. It wasn't. I like how you said it. Agnostic Front wasn't the best players, but we were genuine.
Yeah,
it was about the music. It was about the message.
The people's band.
Yeah. Beyond that, you know what I also love about you guys is that the whole gatekeeping thing. How like you just said you went to see Knock Loose. Like you guys have always had open minds for the hardcore scene, the new young bands coming. Can somebody get Stella out of here? Sorry. The new younger bands, like you guys are cool with young bands. You're like, you're like, that's not hardcore. Like,
no,
nobody has really the right to say that because there's no blueprint to hardcore. Obviously, you guys are the originators, but to see how big it is now and thriving, it's fucking crazy.
You know, like I have explained before, like back then in the very beginning '80s until you know the late '80s, whatever, or into the '90s. That was like my party. You know, now it's not my party, but I'm so glad I'm welcome to other people's party because we are that band that's always taken younger bands out till today. We still do it because we still love
Violent Way. We just those kids.
Somebody's got to move forward, and we're about that. We're not about keeping it all to ourselves. And we're the best. You know, we're like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So somebody's got to move that torch, move it along, and because of that, we're always invited to all these shows and places. You know, we're invited to everyone's party.
Play with different bands. Yeah, it's crazy how big hardcore is now.
Yeah.
Especially coming out of the pandemic, I feel like it's bigger than it's ever been, man. There's so many bands touring and like
hardcore lives.
It's crazy. And like Knock Loose just played on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, I saw
and it was the first mosh pit on television probably since SNL back in the day with Belushi and Fee or whatever. And people were complaining to Jimmy Kimmel, asking him for an apology because they were offended by the way the band sounded and by the kids dancing.
I saw
it's a huge fucking thing.
Apologize.
Yeah,
they having a good time.
Yeah, because the natural viewers from Jimmy Kimmel were like shocked by the music and by the mosh pit. I'm like,
and
I was like, that's so punk to me. It's like that means punk's still happening.
And they had that other girl come up.
What's
her name again?
I don't fucking know, but she killed it. Dude, she came up like in a dress.
My daughter loves that band too. That was her first band she went to go see, and then they were both playing together. It begins. It's
Poppy.
Poppy.
Yeah.
The first show I took my daughter to is a Poppy show.
Really?
And all of a sudden now Poppy, I was like, wow, how cool is that? And then Knock Loose was playing like in Tucson. It was kind of far. It was a school night. I'm like, oh, we can't do that, honey, because it's a school night.
Yeah, Poppy's sick. Also, something to say in the book I've been saying for years. For me growing up, when I heard the Sex Pistols, I was like, oh, this is cool, this is punk, but what's a bollock? And I don't know anything about the Sex Pistols. To me, it sounded cool, but like I could skateboard to it. But then I found Minor Threat and hardcore bands like you guys, and there was a message to it. Like you talk about in the book, like, you know, all the punk was like, fuck your parents, fuck anarchy, fuck everything, destroy everything. But you're like, actually, let's make a difference, let's make a change. And that's why I feel like punk and hardcore kind of is different. The punk was always like anarchy and fuck everything and destroy everything. I feel like hardcore was like, okay, let's rebuild this. Let's make the world a better place. And I feel like that's what you guys talking about.
It was the youth movement coming into the older punk scene. Don't forget, we're from New York City, where it was not only an older punk scene, but a very artistic punk scene with the Andy Warhols and Blondie, Talking Heads, Ramones, Richard Hell. You have all this stuff going on. It was very artistic. I mean,
Velvet Underground.
Visually like something special. I mean, I was at the Clash show when they played with Velvet Underground. Speaking of which, and nobody liked. I was there because I liked the Clash, but they were all there for Velvet Underground. New York City, it was like Irving Plaza, I think it was.
Damn,
I can't remember. I think it was Irving Plaza or
not Bonds, right?
No. That other, what was that club that we played at? We had the Riot. What was that called?
Oh, the Ritz. No, Palladium.
I think it was
14th Street.
I think it was the Palladium.
That was a crazy show.
That club, right?
I heard there's a video of that.
But nobody, there is a video. But nobody moved to the Clash. It was the weirdest thing in the world, and they were all there to see Velvet Underground.
Those are the people.
But that's the show that
broke the ice.
That bass is from the Clash. I
forgot his name. He's got the crazy teeth. No.
He's another artist.
So it's Strummer. Then it's I don't know his name.
Oh my
Anybody
God!
know? Everyone to Google
I'm
with the Clash names.
What is his name?
Was he a Big Audio Dynamite?
Him and the guitar. I can't remember anybody's name right now.
Okay.
Paul Cinnamon.
Yeah. Cinnamon.
He smashed Cinnamon. Paul Cinnamon. He smashed the bass at that show, and that became the cover of London Calling.
Wow. Okay.
That's because he was pissed.
Yeah.
That's why he did it.
And were you there?
Yes.
Fucking crazy. Also, Stigma, you get into music through like Enrico Caruso?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the first kind of music love. Kind of you fell in love with music.
Before there was like anything like
Yeah,
that. It
yeah.
was like Frank Sinatra.
And then Hendrix.
Then the Hendrix. I would always, when I heard Enrico Caruso till today, if I put that fucking record on, it's amazing.
Yeah.
The power in it, you
Mhm.
know, and I feel the power of music with that. Then Jimi Hendrix came.
Yeah.
You know, these are my heroes. Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
You know, because I like tough guys. You know.
Yeah. So this is what your main inspirations actually with first getting into it and stuff.
Yeah, all these guys.
Yeah.
You know, Mario Andretti. I liked him too.
Mario
Car guy.
Andretti?
You're a car guy.
Yeah, meanwhile, I come from I rose in. I'm in a very Hispanic neighborhood, and I come from Motown.
Yeah.
So my whole thing was always Motown and, you know, Jackson 5 and all that Motown thing. You know what I mean? Like stylistics and all of a sudden I discovered punk from that. I never knew rock and roll.
Yeah.
I got into rock and roll after I got into punk. It was
Interesting.
weird.
Okay.
It was weird.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I
weird.
didn't even
It is,
know.
yeah.
I didn't know Black Sabbath. I mean, I saw.
Were you
something-
too punk to listen to it? You think back then?
No, I just didn't know. My cousin got me into punk straight
Okay.
from like all I knew was Motown.
Yeah.
It was just like I knew so I knew some people like Kiss and Black Sabbath, but I never got to hear it because I was always at my house. All we heard was Motown and Spanish music, Latin music. That's all we hear.
Okay.
right.
Nobody plays a Kiss record in my house till date. They won't play a Kiss record or a Black Sabbath.
just
you know
like
what I mean?
I grew
So
up in
I
an
went from-
Italian house.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Frank
I
Sinatra.
went from that to this, and
Yeah.
then I backtracked. Then I started listening to like Black Sabbath, Kiss, and all that stuff, you know. But I mean,
Black Sabbath's kind of like the blueprint for hard music, I guess.
Oh yeah, Black Sabbath's my favorite till today.
yeah, like
Maybe no hardcore without Black Sabbath in a sense. I don't know. Like something.
Yeah, I
not
mean,
hard, I don't know.
Paranoid,
I
that's a
guess
hardcore
so,
song.
you know?
Yeah.
I guess so, but to me, that doesn't make sense to me because that's not how I see it.
I know.
No, I
It's
see
weird.
that,
But it
I
was-
see that angle too.
Because I went from like that right into like Minor Threat and stuff like that. And
Damn.
Minor Threat sounds nothing like Black Sabbath, so I don't know, you know.
I love you talking about going to see Agnostic Front with Minor Threat. It's a crazy
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
I
We
think that
went
was in
to-
Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the band that was chosen to represent New York City. Couldn't have been
SSD
any
played
better.
too, I think.
Yeah,
SSD,
play.
Minor Threat, Agnostic Front, and Flag of Democracy
Yeah,
from
FOD.
Philly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Philly, yeah.
And everybody came from all tri-state,
Yeah, well, like that whole area.
And we all went
right.
support each band, you know.
different style dancing.
Yeah, but it was great.
Yeah. Was Ian cool with the dancing? Probably. Who knows? Yeah, back then.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody had a hard
ever see
style.
a vid-
DC was kind of hard too back
You ever
then.
see a video from that show? There's one out there. I remember there was this black woman. It was a bad neighborhood, and she was all up in Ian's face, you know. And she
Really?
was talking all this shit. And right before, what song? I can't remember the song he did it. She did something, said something. He took the mic, he banged her in the head,
What?
and they started doing the song.
Guilty of being white, maybe?
I don't know
That-
what.
that
I
would
don't know.
be,
I don't know if it was that, but
Wow.
That
she
could be.
frustrated him. She kept bothering him. He
Yeah.
goes, bam, and they started playing a song. It was great.
Damn.
Throw it back, kissing the man's back. That was the song they played.
so
So
I
you guys
remember,
were cool. Go
I'm
ahead.
telling you, I have a video of that. I own a video of that. I just got to dig it up.
I'd love to see that
so
shit.
there was
I'll
a
get it for you.
motorcycle gang. They're called the Ghetto Riders.
Yes, and they showed up.
And because older white kids were coming to the neighborhood and they
Yeah.
were getting fucked with the black kids were fucking these kids, you know, fucker. And I went to the leader of this black motorcycle gang.
Wow.
And I says, you know, look, we're only here for a show.
Yeah.
We don't mean, you know, we're coming correct.
Yeah,
You know
come
what
in
I mean?
peace, we come-
So
yeah.
he's like, yeah. They started selling up beer and water. They
Yeah.
started putting up little things. And the kids, they gave passage for the kids.
Back
Oh,
then,
wow, that's
back
sick.
then,
And that was awesome. I
Yeah.
thought that you had to see this big black guy. I went up to him. Can I talk to you?
That's some warrior shit.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
That's about every
Wow.
show back then. Every show back then was in a really bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because that's the only place to do shows.
I kind of feel like it stayed like that way for a while in DC.
I
through the
felt like
80s.
I was like somewhat of an ambassador because I was a little bit older, and I guess I had the fucking balls to like
Yeah.
go up to people and like talk to you like a man,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know, and like
Respect.
he sees you give respect, you get respect.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. So you have a video of that show. That's
I got a video of
wild,
that.
man.
I got to see that.
You know what? I got to get VHS player going and go through
Bring
it.
that
I have
back.
it labeled, so I got to find it.
Before it dissolves.
It's great. You got to see it.
And your first band was
He
Black
hits,
Angus
bangs
Stigma?
her in the
Yeah.
head with a mic.
That was 73.
Black Angus. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is there recordings of that?
No, I don't have any
Dude.
recordings of that. My friend Fat Sal was in that building. It's in the book.
Where'd the name come from?
I don't know. I just
Yeah.
from a cow.
Okay.
That cow looked like a bull, like satanic, you know?
Wow.
I was into Black Sabbath,
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Black Anger.
Got you. Damn, then 78 was Eliminators.
Then, yeah.
Damn, 78.
And he doesn't have anything recorded. That the only thing that was ever recorded was when we recorded Power. That's an Eliminator song.
Yeah, I know. It's
So
that
incredible
song's going to be 50 years old soon.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
And then you had Zoo Crew.
That was never a band.
Okay.
That was just a moment.
A moment they wanted to try to, no, it ain't happened. This is Agnostic Front, and that's it.
Damn.
You seen that in my book, The Flyer, both?
Yeah.
It was Zoo Crew, then the same exact show, then it's Agnostic Front.
It's crazy,
So they changed the
man.
name before the show happened.
Yeah.
I ain't
Or else-
playing under
Or
that
else they
name.
would have played as Zoo Crew.
Yeah, but no, this is my band. We're playing it this way.
And also before the first AF tour, like
Vinny's band.
Yeah,
It's
my
still- it's
band, right,
still his
Roger?
band.
Right, yeah,
It's
Roger,
still
you're
his
in my
band.
band.
so you beat up the foreman at your job and you quit.
I had
Yes.
Roger waiting outside.
Yes.
First of all, I was the fucking boss of this fucking platform.
Okay.
Right? I ran the whole platform. Somebody got me.
Imagine that.
Somebody got me a job. It was a no-show job.
Okay.
So I go there and they hated me because I used to come in when I want, do what I want. I park my fucking car anywhere I want. Have girls sleeping in my car. I go in blood, makeup, like punk rocked out.
Sick.
You know, these are guys, are working guys in construction.
You were like a
clothes.
crazy person to
I
them.
was like crazy, and they were jealous because I had this job. And I was cool. You smoke, go in the back. Yeah, go get high. You drink, yeah, go in the back. Yeah, drink. You live far away. Yeah, you can leave early. I'll punch you out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Now, when they all turned on me, I had a 2x4 for like a week. I was practicing like with this fucking 2x4. I had Roger waiting on the outside.
The criminal
It
activities
was
that
Friday. I made sure I got my pay.
Okay.
I got all my shit. I cracked a bunch of guys' heads open. I ran in Roger's van right through the tunnel of Holland Tunnel.
Holland Tunnel,
on the New York side. There's
Yeah.
a truck platform.
Okay.
I was the boss of that. Somebody got me a job. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So-
Damn. So you cracked a couple heads and then
So
went,
that Sunday we wind up in Georgia, and I some black guy invited me into a church, a Baptist type church, you know, and I went in, respect and everything like that. I come out of the church, I call my mother. She says, "Hey Ma, how you doing?" She says, "What did you do? I had to call Charlie. I had to straighten everything out. What did you do?"
And that's not the only time his mom had to straighten many things out.
Yeah, well,
Trust
you
me.
know.
That I don't know what's in that book, but there's a lot of things that his mom had to straighten out.
wow. Your mom put up a lot of stuff.
There's
right?
a
Well,
lot
you know,
of-
I was a wild punk rocker.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of criminal
well.
activities I did along this side.
But you loved your mom. You probably
Of
close with your
course,
mom.
you know,
yeah.
she give me a beating. What am I gonna do? You know?
Yeah. And your mom also went to church with Scorsese's mother.
Yeah, she was in a club with her, the St.
Wow,
Anne Society.
It's crazy. Also reading in both your books about how like
Are you talking your book about Salvador Cancelosi?
No, I don't.
My favorite story. One of my 3 favorite stories. I bet you none of those 3 stories are in your book.
No,
The rabbit story.
no, that's not.
That's not in the book either. I love
some
that
things
story.
keep out of the book.
Yeah. Nah, I just
Yeah.
forgot. I got so many things.
How do you forget? He's the only class in
book
the history.
book
He's
two,
the
next
only-
book.
The only class in the history of Saint, or was his name?
St. Patrick's.
That never graduated.
Yeah, my mother had to
In the
go
whole
get my
history.
fucking 8th grade diploma.
Because Salvador Cancelosi threw the nun down the
Yeah.
stairs. You don't talk about that in your book.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they dismissed the class.
The only class in the
Wow.
history of that
And that
Catholic
school's
school.
been there since Saint, the lady that became a saint.
Jesus, dude.
Put
Race.
that in there.
Yeah.
That's for book 2 though.
Yeah.
But you are like very interesting because you live this life, and I saw that in your book where Craig takes pictures of you sleeping everywhere. You could sleep anywhere. You always have these outfits on,
Yeah.
and airplane. You can sleep anywhere,
Hey, look, you're tired, you sleep. You're hungry, you eat. You know,
Yeah.
what can I tell you?
but you can sleep on flights, all that shit. You're
I
out.
sleep, anyway. I'll sleep right
I
here.
got pictures of him laid out in the middle of the airport. People walking around him.
I know Craig has a collection of photos of him
Well,
all around the world
he puts
sleeping.
pictures of him sleeping on the side, in a van.
I just feel like you're like almost like some.
But you know what? I have a collection of Craig sleeping everywhere around.
Oh,
him.
you do? Oh, my
I always take
God.
it and I show it to him.
And maybe
He
Henderson
laughs.
too.
Same thing, same position. He's on front of him, but doing the same thing.
Yeah.
The last picture, I'm behind Craig like that.
Yeah. Remember I took a picture?
Yeah,
I'm taking a
yeah.
picture. Craig's like,
What's the
Stigma.
last real job you had, Stigma?
That was my last real job.
Really? What year would that be?
What, 84?
85.
85.
That's it. Last time you had to boss everything.
That was it. I ran in the van and I got stuck with this guy ever since.
And what about you? Last real job?
Me, I still have real jobs.
Roger works.
But you're your boss or something, or what do you got to do?
I did my last one was the electrical stuff. I still do in Arizona.
Okay.
With Mike Oxley from Fat Skins.
So you're doing that when you're off tour.
Yeah, Roger's talented.
He is.
He could do carpentry, electric. He could build you a house.
I mean, the squats had electricity because of
Remember
you.
how nice my squat was?
Yeah, dude. 10th Street
Wall-to-wall
one.
carpet.
Yeah.
But you get all the electricity in there.
Hot water was the only one.
Did you go to school for that when you were younger?
Yeah, in prison.
Okay. Okay. Respect.
And I've got... It's true.
He's a locksmith. He's everything.
Yeah, that's the wrong
Car
thing.
guy,
That's the
ace
wrong thing to
mechanic.
teach anybody in prison.
He can pick a lock. He can fix a lock.
He's
I
an
was
ace
always
mechanic.
amazed. I was always amazed that they had a locksmith.
You went to Harley Davidson school?
Yeah, ace mechanic.
I was always amazed in prison they had a locksmith thing to be a certified locksmith and a butcher. I'm like, what are they doing over here? They're teaching you how to kill like everything right and how to... I took electrical, and I still have it. It says Department of Corrections. It's embarrassing. I never really got a really good job because I had to present it.
Yeah.
And I try to get it all because it's every one. Yeah. And I try to go. I went to like an electric. They wanted me to do the whole thing. I said, why do I need to do it? This is certification here. It shows that I've done electrical 101, residential, commercial.
Yeah.
Why do I have to do? They just wanted me to pay and do it all again. I'm not doing that. So it says Department of Corrections. It's kind of embarrassing. How do you throw somebody out like that?
Wow.
Give them a real thing that says, give
them a job.
Yeah.
Are you a good handyman, Stigma, at all?
No, not at all.
Me either. I'm terrible.
I can't put a fucking nail in a wall.
He could barely pack a
just
guitar.
The other day, I had a picture of him in my bathroom and it fell.
One.
He just left it. He just
Did I ever tell you that story?
Tell me. What is it?
Well, I think when in the book I talk about how we had the rolls and we used to cut the covers and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
United Blood.
Yeah.
And I think there was like 1,000 together, but we only made like 570. So we had those extra rolls. And one day I went to.
It was all over the wall. It had wallpaper.
His whole bathroom was wallpaper.
Yeah.
So then fast forward, and then he eventually got rid of the rolls, whatever. And fast forward about 3 years ago, maybe 4. I have to use the bathroom in his house again, and he would always be like. People would always give you photos of you. Go on a tour. They give you pictures of you. Yeah. And he was like, let me get that too. Let me get that. He was taking all my photos. I'm like, whatever, man. I have enough. Oh, I don't need any more pictures.
The same picture of him singing.
So anyway, he took them all. So I had to use the bathroom, and I go to his bathroom. It's all pictures of me. All over his walls. I
put a new one just the other day.
It was weird, right?
So that's really nice, though. That's your dude.
Fast forward, that painting Ernie did of him as a king?
Yeah, that's great.
So Ernie...
That's in the book. That's in his book.
Ernie sent me the actual painting of it, and it hangs in my bathroom.
That's amazing,
So when I'm showering, I have a clear wall that I look at. It was kind of creepy, but whatever.
I see you naked.
I see, He sees me naked. You seen it, Todd. You stayed over my house, right? You see it?
I'm gonna go back and forth with the books. Also, the scapegoat in your book about Maximum Rock and Roll, how they came down so hard on Agnostic Front, back then, and you guys played Rock Against Maximum Rock and Roll, and there was a bomb threat. Just all that, the way that magazine was trying to come so hard at you guys and saying you're Nazis and all this shit back then, which I always thought was so fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah, it's some people.
You're not even strong black and white punks and skins.
I know,
you're Latino.
I hear you. It's just like these people are upstarts. That's the bottom line.
Another thing I noticed is that we're in different parts of the country. Like we were living in New York and we're living in buildings amongst all kinds of different race, religion.
Totally.
And they were in San Francisco, but a little bit more. I don't know if they were in actual San Francisco or he was judging more stuff by more of the suburban lifestyle. Because I saw myself for the first time on a U.S. tour, how it was different in the suburbs. It was very divided, very, very, very divided. Yeah. But you can't judge a book by its cover. And then you'd have people like Dave from AOD who did scene reports be like, no, man, AF shows are great. I've known Roger forever. It's not like, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get it. They couldn't understand it. It was different. It wasn't what was happening like over here or something. There's no bullshit aside. There was some shit going on, but it had nothing to do with us. Like back home, we didn't run our scene that way.
Toby, you've been on our scene, the New York hardcore scene. Did you ever see anything?
No, man.
Ever?
I've seen a lot of my friends from New York beating up Nazi skinheads, man, and
but
running them out of New York.
There's really none of that goes on.
Never, dude. I've never seen any of that shit. Any of the shows in New York ever. I've seen people get run out of New York for even wearing a fucking stupid shirt or doing some dumb shit. Never ever, man. It's crazy. Maybe because some of the people from that world liked your band. That doesn't mean you're about that. They might not be reading your lyrics correctly. Do you think guys were never about that? It was about unity and community and all that shit. It always frustrates me with AF. People always put AF in that category. Who designed that shirt, the AF skinhead shirt? Where'd that come from? Who designed that?
Well, I mean, if you read carefully, if you look through my book, it's more of a visual thing. You kind of see how it developed, how it
was
happened.
Like really me, you, and Kabula.
No, how it really happened. Oh no, Kabula wrote the. No, you wrote the eliminate. Oh no, Kabula wrote the eliminate. No, yeah. We're just we're playing games over here. It doesn't matter. It just Tony T-shirt used to do everybody's T-shirt.
Totally.
And he'd go outside out of the Rock Hotel, whatever. He sells shirts out of a bag. Eventually, he started selling shirts at Bleecker Bob's, and then he gave us the screens, and we started eventually doing our own. Not till like '85 did we take control of our own stuff and started selling our own stuff.
Yeah.
While he was still doing some at Bleecker Bob's, and everybody was helping everybody. It wasn't like anybody was boot. It was weird. It's like we were happy somebody had T-shirts that had our name on it, and he was selling. I didn't care. Yeah. I wasn't worried about Tony making $2.
Nobody thought about merch back then,
or even $1 because they were like $5. How much could you possibly? Nobody thought about that
back then.
Or even the zines. We all worked together. It was like, hey, now someone's wearing our shirt. That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to print it. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't want to do that. I just want to play in a band. I don't want to make a shirt.
Nobody's really doing that back then.
So that's how it came. It started. If you look, the second show ever at Rock Hotel. The first show was Discharge Hellbent. Welcome to 1984. That was the very first show at the Rock Hotel. The very second show ever at the Rock Hotel was us with Kraut and Channel 3.
Okay.
And Todd Youth is playing bass in that show. If you look at Todd Youth, he's wearing a Skinhead Moonstomp shirt. And if you look at the audience what's his name? Frenchie and Nathan.
Mike.
Was doing the covers with you. Ethan was also wearing the Skinhead Moonstomp. Then 3 months later, you see everybody wearing an Agnostic Front Skinhead shirt.
Damn.
So it's like you see it visually happening.
Okay.
We didn't do it. It was like I say, it was.
Yeah, we just
Tony
upgraded
T-shirt.
it.
Yeah.
Really,
it became that. Like Tony T-shirt started went from that until also because he saw that all the New York skins kind of were following us, so he made that instead of Skinhead Moonstop.
Yeah.
Agnostic Front Skin. That's really how it started.
We used to print them in my apartment, and we used to have all the T-shirts all up and down the banisters. And
drying, hanging.
Wow, man. As we were making them right there, and on tour, we took screens.
Yeah,
we would make them on tour.
I feel like New York City had the most diverse skinheads for sure. It wasn't just
and we were also more American skinhead. We
were American.
We were never part of. We really weren't.
I never wore Fred Perry unless I got to go to a funeral or something.
Oh, I mean, it's
true.
It's true. We were more like the American, an American thing than more of a not your traditional.
Which is like not boots and braces. It's just
we bought boots with a T-shirt.
Right,
T-shirt. Yeah, it wasn't like button ups. Yeah.
And we had the suspenders too.
Yeah.
But like even back in the beginning of New York Rock, we wore zipper boots. My zipper boots are at the Punk Rock Museum.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where it all started.
Because you couldn't afford. I talked in your book. You couldn't afford the Doc Martens. They were from
They
England.
weren't even around.
And finally, when Elio went to England and got me a pair of Doc Martens,
99X?
he's like, no, Elio went to England because he's English.
Okay.
He goes, what do you want? I said, get me Doc Martens. I gave him the money.
Damn.
This biggest, I finally was gonna get Doc Martens, and he said, what size? I said 9. Well,
a
9 English is an 8.
Oh shit.
So they never even fitted me. I was so pissed off.
Yeah.
Went back to my zipper boot, like fuck that. That was it.
Wow,
But we were on
crazy.
that first tour, that 1985 tour. We all had red Oxblood DMs. And then people were like looking at us like, well, who are these guys? What are all these getting?
All
red
bald,
Oxblood?
shaved down, boots, braces, and jeans.
And then, but eventually we got lazy towards the end. I had my sneakers on. I didn't care. We went on a 2.5-month tour, played like 15 shows.
I know. It's crazy.
We started off with 6 canceled shows.
I know.
We spent so much. Like Todd was putting this stuff together visually. He goes. I never even knew this band spent so much time fishing.
Oh, it's in my notes, dude. Yeah. But also, the funny part of the story, you guys are like from Barbara's house, and you guys are like playing frisbee in the parking lot, and like who these dudes were shaved heads and tattoos playing that.
That's how we made a lot of friends, because we stood in one area for so long that we became part of like their scene and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And me, I talk to everybody. I love everybody.
Totally. You're a people person, man.
Yeah, I just can't help myself.
Yeah. I love that Frenchie's always missing. Todd Youth's mom was always looking for him. He was always running away with Warzone and shit.
Warzone, he used to get 11 years old. He used to run to my house.
Yeah.
I would call his mother up and say, he's here. By the way, do you feed this kid?
Yeah.
Damn.
By the time in the diary, he was in Warzone. That's why they were calling. She's calling the clubs looking for him. We're like, We just got him out of. He just beat up his boss, and we're trying to get as far as we can.
Yeah.
And Todd's mother is calling the club.
It's fucking crazy. And then Frenchie's missing. Yeah. I'm gonna do some quotes from the book. Obviously, Frenchie bought another rat. I guess he was buying rats on tour, which is fucking crazy.
We all had rats.
Okay.
I'm scared shit of rats today.
Yeah,
yeah,
me
it's
too.
crazy. Him as pets back then. Yeah.
They used to come down like Norfolk Street. And then we befriended them, became friends of ours. We take them on tour. You've seen those pictures of them. I used to sing with a rat on me.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, man.
Anyway, that rat got lost. Does it say in the book?
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah,
it disappeared, and through like 2 months later, we found it.
It was in the dashboard of the truck.
It was.
Yeah, it was there the whole time. It was hiding because we had a dog in there.
It was alive in there.
Yeah, it was alive.
Holy
we had a dog.
Yeah,
the
you
rat
rescued
was
a pit bull on tour.
Yeah. Is that? Well,
that's in your book
I'll
too.
let you talk about it.
But we all went swimming in the Gulf. It was fucking cold at first. Vinny lost his shorts, totally bare ass. Good day, good herb, good spaghetti, excellent show. The band's moral is really high. I love that, man. Just like a day on tour.
Yeah.
This guy's fucking naked in there.
Yeah.
Everybody's all happy to be on tour and shit. I love that shit.
Canceled show.
I know a lot of canceled shows in here.
That particular show you're mentioning,
yeah,
it was the first time we were at a punk hardcore band went to Pensacola, and we were in the news. Like,
Jesus,
first punk band ever.
Wow.
And it was great. And I remember that show. Kabula got wasted high on something.
Because those guys are always on a mission.
We normally and that tour we normally play Victim in Pain twice. Victim in Pain, United Blood twice, back to back.
Wow.
Once,
we played the whole set twice.
Because we had to play longer than 15 minutes, so we're like, fuck it, we'll play everything twice.
Wow.
We did that just the other night with SSD Control.
Yeah, glue.
The Bridge 9 thing.
We did glue
that looked
twice.
amazing, by the way.
Man.
So we said, let's do it again, just like and everybody, let's do it again.
I never knew. It was so great to play with Chris. I remember playing that second album, Get It Away. And I was like, I couldn't really tell what was going on with the drums. I knew there was a lot going on, but when he started playing it, I was like, wow. I mean, it was to me. Go back and
one of
look
my
at that
favorite songs, Glue too.
Go back,
Glue.
That
was the song.
And Fashion Not Fashion Not Passion. What is it? There's that other one, the Fashion song, which is reverse Glue.
Okay.
It's an SM record. Anyway, I never knew how intricate the drums were. Like I knew they were, but I didn't know what was going on until he started playing. I was like, wow, that's incredible. What he's playing there is insane.
Looked like a great
it
show,
sounded the way it sounded then.
Yeah.
It did.
I was playing and I was loving it.
Awesome.
One of his guitar heroes is Big Al.
Oh, shit.
And mine was Springer.
Damn.
We've always
he called
said
me
that.
today. I got the text.
Who did? Springer? Wow, dude.
As I'm telling you, they were like, he was my influence and Big Al was his influence.
That's so cool. They all came in. That was looked like a good show.
I still imitate Al on stage.
He
You
does.
do?
He really does.
Yeah, I
So it's one like your heroes.
I catch him doing it all the time.
That's awesome.
I used to do the Springer. I used to swing the mic and everything till I knocked Kabula's tooth out.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Right. The blood, the honor, the tooth.
And I stopped doing it. Freddie still does. Freddie got that from me.
Oh,
like
he
the
does?
mic
Yeah.
swing and shit.
That's dangerous.
And everybody would be ducking. All these guys are ducking as the mic's coming. I finally knocked Kabula's tooth out. So I felt bad. So I
You have
stopped
crazy
doing that.
chip teeth from the microphone all these years.
God, yeah.
It's hardcore teeth, they call
Absolutely.
them. We sent you a text.
Right.
Yeah, I got it.
Freaking legend. He lives in Chicago, right, or something?
He was in Chicago. He called me when I was in Chicago, but he never came to the show.
He comes here and there.
He shows up.
Yeah, he shows up.
Frenchie made a 5-hour collect call. Everything's okay now. On the way to Hollywood. Shitty underwear was found in Dave's aunt's backyard. It's definitely Vinny's, but he won't admit to it. I love that shit, bro. I fucking love that.
Those are the ones I got like that.
Why do you go outside and take a shit? You have a house you can shit in. I don't get it.
I feel you on that, bro.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. 1:53 p.m. We were flashed by two lovely females in the car. Great first flash of the tour. Maybe more. Who knows? I love that shit because that's some old school shit. Flashing people in cars.
Yeah.
I love that. Man, did you get flashed after that anymore or no?
We got a couple flashes. There's one there that says it was the best flash of the tour. Remember?
How about Jimmy the other day when he flashed? He put his ass out the window and his ass was going like that. Like,
you guys just in Europe with them too, right?
Yeah.
That's sick. That's awesome.
We'll be out here with them soon.
Okay. Showed up to New Orleans. The show was canceled. Tons of kids showed up. We went from bar to bar till we found a place to play at. It was a lesbian bar and it smelled like vinegar. I love that shit, dude.
That was in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, just rolling each show, trying to find a place to play.
that was in New Orleans.
Yeah, Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge
That's
is different than New Orleans. Two different cities.
Anyway, we go
Two
into
different
this
shows.
club. It was
Yeah.
a lesbian club, right? And so when we rolled in there was these, like, I guess you would say bull dykes. Is that, you could say that?
I don't know if you can say what you can say anymore.
Well, fuck them. There was these bull dykes there. And they fucking gave us a stink eye. And the lady came out from upstairs. She says, girls, you leave them boys alone.
Yeah.
Damn.
They put the
dude.
bull sticks down and they walked away.
Yeah, and I had to go to the bathroom. Remember that? I had to go to the bathroom, right? And the bathroom, there's 3 doors.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Other,
3 doors.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's fags, dykes, and other. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where am I gonna go? So I went in the other, and they all start clapping and laughing. You know,
Yeah.
it was
my-
like they would do that on purpose. I'm like, I don't know where to
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
You know, what's
But
Holy shit.
everything worked out really good. They
and-
won the
and-
marshal in
and
the
all
pits
fun
and
and
everything.
all fun. You know, like you
Damn.
can't do. I mean, now you can't even talk about stuff like that. You might want to
Yeah.
edit some of this shit.
It's okay. We will take care of it.
But that's exactly how it was.
Damn.
Yeah, but that's not good, dude. You gotta have freedom of speech.
Yeah,
you gotta
dude.
I
tell
know, but I'm
stories.
just saying.
we
I
never
know.
did shit on this fucking podcast.
Yeah, fuck that.
Fuck
shit.
that shit.
Frenchie's on the way home. Pussy whipped commie. I love that shit. He was so bummed he left the tour for a girl.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. Roger had to fumigate the van with shaving cream. And what does that even mean? Like, how do you fumigate with shaving cream?
Because the seat stunk. You sit in the driver's seat and it stunk like shit. You know?
Okay.
Somebody wasn't bathing, and so I
Frenchie.
Yeah,
It was Frenchie.
I think ordained the skin.
All day. Nah, it was
I think
Frenchie.
so I had to
Believe
take
me.
the shaving cream, is all it was, and just shave cream the whole thing, like cleaning up upholstery with shaving
Damn.
cream.
Oh, yeah,
right.
foaming it out.
There was
Wow.
There was 6 of us, right, in the van, and 1 mattress. We and a dog and a rat, and we all slept on this one mattress. I used to
Dude.
actually hug Frenchie like my girlfriend or
Cuddling.
something. Like, yeah.
Fuck. No bed bugs back then.
No,
Oh, there were bugs. And then we picked up a dog one time named Janu, and he
in the
had
book.
fleas.
It's in a book.
Jesus Christ. That's right.
and we
yeah.
dropped it right back where we picked him up.
A month
Damn,
later.
Dude.
How wild is that? We end up at the exact same gas
Exact
station.
same spot.
I like how you got like
We let him loose. Imagine the person if I saw the dog again after a month.
I like that you got a random cow skull. You put it on the front. You had New York City graffiti on the side with a cow skull on the front.
And
That sounds like some road warrior shit.
That was-
bro.
Yeah,
that
very
was-
road warrior.
That was during the time with
Freddie.
With the time when that guy from America's Most Wanted, his son was kidnapped, and then remember they found him. He was beheaded or something like that. It was hard. It's a horrible,
Holy
ugly story.
shit.
And that was a big thing in Florida. And here we are coming through, and we got pulled over. We had Freddie. They thought
right there.
They thought Freddie. They thought we would kidnap Freddie.
Yeah, and they
Freddie's
thought you were
like,
saint worshippers. They had
Yeah, I
guns put
remember
on you.
Bull Freddy.
And he was crying the whole time. Had it right next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my brother. They're like, it's okay, but you could tell us the truth.
Yeah. Like, you don't have to worry about it. Like, what do you mean don't worry about him?
How old is Freddie then? Like 8?
6, 8, 7.
Jesus,
Eight.
dude.
He was 8?
He was 1985. He was like 8 years old.
7, 8-year-old
Eight-
kid.
Yeah.
Roger proved to be the fastest stripper around when a cow tried to eat his shirt off his back. Where the fuck are you hanging out with cows?
Well, I got close to the. Well, we went. It's a long story.
These stories are crazy.
It's a
bro.
long story. Freddie had a horse, remember?
Yeah.
So we went to go see Freddie. We're down in
You
Florida.
had a horse?
He had
That's
a
cool.
horse.
That's
So we're like,
dope.
let's go see Freddie's horse. We all drove the van to go see Freddie's horse. And a horse home, they had like, they took care of this horse, whatever. And this cow came at us.
Damn.
Right?
Chasing you.
And I'm thinking, okay, it's just a cow. Then it grabbed my shirt, started eating it, and pulling it, and I was yanking me and chasing me. And I'm like, I got to run from this cow. That's what happened. That's the whole,
Holy
that's
I
the
think
real
it was
story.
a bull, not
Wow,
a cow.
dude.
I don't know what the hell it was, but I knew I needed to get the hell out of there.
That's where I think we got the skull, too, in that patch.
That's where we got
Probably.
the skull. Then we put the skull in front of the van, and then
yeah,
yeah,
very
exactly.
road warrior.
Dude, no wonder why you got pulled over with that fucking
Yeah.
van. Vinny broke from
Hey,
cleanliness.
did I
today.
not? And it's not mentioned in the book. What's really not mentioned? That van was not even. That was the stolen van. That was a van that was stolen from New York that I got cheap. It was not even like nobody ever questioned to ask us about paperwork or anything in the van. That was a
Holy
stolen
shit.
van
Wow.
from the neighborhood.
The blue van.
The blue van.
Jesus.
From the
dude.
neighborhood. I don't even know where that van came
The
from.
club wagon.
We,
How much was
we
it?
had no papers to it.
How much was it, you think?
I think I paid like $200, $250 for it. To me, it was a place to live in better than than the park. And I bought some guy. I don't even know whose van it is. We're touring America with this crazy van, and who knows who it belongs to. And no one ever cared to ask us for any paperwork on that. Back then, when I bought this, you didn't even need a picture on your license.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They didn't start doing picture ID till like 1985.
Wow.
Around 85, they started the picture ID. So it was just a paper. You just anybody could be anybody. As long anybody that had blue eyes, my height, you could have been me.
Right.
You could have took my test, my driver's test, everything, because there's no picture, nothing.
Crazy,
so
dude.
Nobody asked for any ID for this vehicle. Driving around a stolen vehicle.
I still have my license that my friend Gary used to go down and take the road test for everybody.
Yeah.
For $50. $50 then was a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I paid, and I still have my license.
Holy
shit! I kept renewing it.
That's all you had to do is renew it.
Do you drive, Stigma?
People crazy.
Yeah.
Did you drive growing in New York?
I had a couple of cars.
Oh, he had a car. He's hot rock Camaro. He's got great stories. But you
Were
can't.
you a good driver?
Horrible
driver. I knocked the lamppost over on 14th Street. I parked my car on the fucking sidewalk.
The only time
when I used to go to Max's Kansas City, right on the fucking sidewalk, I parked go in there, come out bombed, drive my car.
We got mad at him once because he wouldn't do nothing but sleep, right?
Yeah.
And we were like, we got to make him do some caboose. We got to make him do something. So we said, we're going to make him drive. This is already on the second tour, and we're pulling a trailer, right? And we said, okay, we're going to make him drive. We almost died.
Holy
I wish I had a diary for that tour.
Yeah, I did not.
We're going down these mountains, and all of a sudden, we hit the brake, and we all froze. And we got out the back door. We opened the back door. We all got out the back. The two wheels of the front of the van were halfway off this cliff,
Holy shit.
And after we all got out, Tar Baby was still in the van, and Dave was with us. He's, oh, Tar Baby. We realized somebody's got to go in there and back up this van. So we sent Dave in. It's your dog. You got to go get your dog anyway.
Yeah.
We sent him in, and he carefully got back in because I swear his thing was going to fall. Backed up the thing. That was the last time we ever let him drive.
Holy shit. That's what happened. It was either one of those books that said if Vinny didn't want to do anything, he'd do it wrong. So he never asked him to do it again.
Yeah,
that's what he does.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah. And then he'll never ask him to do it again.
So that's smart.
That's in my book.
That's pretty. Yeah, it's in yours. It's pretty genius, actually.
I do other things, you know.
Yeah,
yeah, like sleep,
dude. You're like almost like
He's like a cockroach. You can have a nuclear explosion. He's the only one. Him and cockroaches will be the only thing that ever woke up.
But he
slept
like,
through the whole thing.
He's almost like, to me, like a Buddha in a sense, because he lives this life where
Buddha.
Well, listen. I forgot the name for it, but I'll figure it. But like stress free. He does.
Look at all that hair.
Look at that hair. I know. Look at my hair.
But you do what you love.
Yeah.
And you make people happy.
It's true.
You live in the same fucking place. You pay zero. You don't drive. You really have no bills.
Really, I got no bills.
And he just does.
I live free now.
Doing what he loves his whole fucking life.
Exactly. And
dude.
I mentioned that.
I know it's fucking beautiful in a sense, man. It's like fuck.
Yeah,
you got to figure it out, bro.
I had a good life.
You did a great life,
I had a good early life.
And you're aging backwards, like Benjamin Button's the movie. No, he's an inspiration to me because as he gets older, he's going even more harder. It's like for us, our generation, way before yours, we don't have like people had the Ramones guys, but you guys are my guys. You know what I'm saying? You guys, Kevin Seconds, Keith Morris, the singer from Negative Approach,
John.
all still going hard. Like everybody got the Rolling Stones. I got you guys because you're still doing it. It's inspiring, man. So thank you.
Thank you.
Vinny broke from cleanliness today and ate a steak off the floor. Dave drank from a cow's tit because he was being harassed by a pony. He wouldn't get off his back. We're all out for blood today. I love that one too. The most randomest shit.
And that was the name of the song. We named the song. When we came back from that tour, we had four cause for alarm songs, and one of them was called Alpha Blood.
Oh shit! And that's from that
that's
tour.
From that quote, I think probably.
5 Mexicans rolled up on Roger in L.A. and put a knife to his neck and said, "We don't like skinheads." But then Mike Muir kind of intervened later and squashed it.
Mike
That's
and
incredible.
Louis.
That's amazing.
We went to the bathroom.
I went to the bathroom.
Next thing surrounded.
You're like, "Welcome to L.A."
Yeah.
Beastie Boys are playing. I mean, Sean. We just got into L.A. and I called Sean because back then we had numbers. We could call each other.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh yeah, we're having this party. Beastie Boys are playing. Come on down." You know.
You forget Sean.
And it was at some airplane hangar or something.
In Bakersfield.
I don't know where. Somewhere.
Great memory too, man.
I don't know where, but we show up. We pulled up, and I had to use the bathroom right away. And that's when, boom, I have all these knives to me. So then Luigi and Mike said, "You guys should go. Don't worry about it. You know, they squashed everything, but you guys should go. Some shit's going down." We left, and the next day we heard there was huge fights with Suicidal Gang and all these other people.
Damn.
Yeah, them days the lads is
Yeah.
suicide. LA's a lot better today.
Oh, for sure.
The whole world is in the hardcore community.
Yeah.
Let's just say is better.
Yeah, everybody back
'Cause
then
we
was
had
a
a
punk gang.
Come of age.
Yeah.
To find out who we are, what we are.
Yeah.
To accept each other and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the West Coast and the East Coast, they were connected some way. Obviously, Youth Brigade. What are some of the bands besides that? Suicidal knew Agnostic Front was, obviously.
Yeah, we just played with them right before we left on our tour. We played with them at the Ritz.
But I'm saying back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did play the Ritz, and that's right. Yeah, so back then there was a respect kind of thing, but different styles of obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it was a respect. We actually all wrote to each other. Like, that's the only way of contact we had.
Yeah.
It was just through letters.
Word
and
of mouth,
eventually we got numbers. That's how we did the whole tour with a fake stolen
van. Just kidding.
I remember
stolen
sending
van,
Christmas cards out to Mike Muir and like a lot of people.
Stolen van and stolen phone number to call on because we were making it from payphones and it cost money to call these places back then.
Yeah.
We couldn't put a nickel, a quarter all the time, and whatever it was. Sid sold those stolen cards. Anyway, we booked the whole tour with that.
Damn.
And not until we got to Green Bay. There was a guy there, and he's in my book. Dan, I think was his name. He had this book, his incredible book of every contact and every person in America to book a tour. He gave it to us.
Dude.
I wish I still had that. I asked
DIY
Dave about
Bible.
it.
Yeah.
I asked Dave about it. He goes, "No, I don't think I have it." When I saw him, it was a killer book. But that was the last show of our whole tour.
Damn.
And we came home. That was the book to book everything. Because he was the first one to start networking how to book a tour.
The DIY Bible.
I think we were the first New York band to go do a full tour. Seriously.
Wow.
Right? Because, Cause for Alarm went to California and back.
Yeah,
Crowd. I don't think Crowd did a U.S. tour yet. I think they just flew in, did like a couple things.
I like how you played a bar mitzvah for $500.
That was an act.
That was a lot of money.
$500 is so much money back then.
And that one and the show in L.A. was another $500.
Yeah.
But we didn't even know it was bar mitzvah till we got there.
The lady wanted to sleep with Roger.
Yeah, I left that out of the book on purpose.
Oh, the mom did?
Yeah.
What the
It's in a diary.
But how did this even happen?
The kid liked Agnostic Front, so he wanted it to play his bar mitzvah.
So somehow they, got a hold of us through writing. We're like, hey, we happen to be going that way.
Yeah.
We booked it. We're like, wow, it's a show. It's a real show. It's got real money. We showed up, and it's like a real place, like where people get weddings at.
Like a wedding,
like a fancy place, and it's full of all these people and like the kids' 4 friends, old people and 4 friends, and us dirtbags.
Yeah.
And here we are playing Victim in Pain and You Have Blood twice.
Is anybody dancing or just staring?
No,
at
just
you in
him and his 4 friends. Everybody's staring in shock. I don't know what's going on.
Dude.
We didn't. Then they took us out to eat ice cream. So we were all eating ice cream. Then we could stay at his house, and then we went to stay at his house. And then I stood in the one room, and then it got a little weird. I'm like, I woke up. The guy said, "We got to go. This is getting too much."
Yeah.
It became like it's like, whoa, I don't know what's going on.
Holy crap!
I left that out.
Mom tried to creep up in your room, dude.
Pretty much.
Wow,
I was in her room.
Holy shit!
But whatever.
There's a lot of fishing going on too.
A lot of fishing.
There's so much fishing.
Did you
on
see
tour.
that KKK rally too?
I saw that. I saw that too, man.
Which was a freak thing by accident. We came upon one, man. And we pulled over the side of the road. We couldn't believe what we were watching, but we were scared.
Yeah.
It was dark. We're like quietly watching, and we're looking at each other. I couldn't even believe this is really happening. The cross is burning, everything.
Just like in the movie.
Holy shit.
And then we got in the van. We took off. It was creepy. It was weird.
Damn.
It was along the way between Albuquerque or Arizona into.
We pull on side of the road just to sleep on the fucking highway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just we park the van on the little curve, the shoulder, and we go out somewhat in a cow patch. There's fucking snakes out there. Like, who the fuck knows, So I'm sleeping, and the sun is and I'm like, I feel like it's raining. It was like locusts coming down.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I thought it was raining. I'm like, I got all these bugs on me and crickets or whatever the hell they were.
Because it was too hot to
that
sleep
was in
a
Texas.
Van. It was too hot to sleep in a van. Well, the minute
in a
we
van.
hit Florida, we had like 200 of Victim in Pains on a tour. So every one of them got warped.
They got warped. Our drums
every
melted.
One of them.
Holy shit.
Because we took my
we were
drums.
selling warped Victim in Pains.
The green lucite drums. They melted.
They melted.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That must have been like such a culture shock for you guys leaving from Manhattan to go and see the world like that at a young age.
I think we culture shocked everybody else.
Think so.
Yeah.
Really.
No, I think
the other
so
way
too.
around because,
Yeah.
and I go up to everybody. I was always cool. I go up to the bartender, the bouncer, the promoter. I always make friends, and they just automatically like me.
Yeah.
Because I was like that.
But just imagine that, what you just said, sometimes these things hit home, to just jump in a van.
It's crazy, man.
Sometimes
just
you got to make the jump.
And go and not know what to expect because there was no cell phones, there was no internet, nothing. We were just going. And a couple of times we would show up to empty lots.
Yeah. A lot of canceled shows on that shit.
Empty. I remember Johnny Stiff sent us to a couple empty lots, and then we didn't have no map, maps thing.
Wow,
we had to open up a map, and we were all trained. We were all trained because back then, if you got stuck on the road, if you need to call service, you would have to use these phones you would walk to or something.
The mile marker, you got to know.
So everybody, I would check everybody. I'm like, Kabula, where are we? He goes, we're on Route 40. Which way are we going? He goes, westbound. Well, mile marker 328. Okay. We had to memorize just in case.
We learned how to read a map.
Yeah.
And the hardest part about reading a map. Yeah.
What do you got, a pet mouse in your pocket?
The hardest part about reading a map is folding the fucking thing back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, keeping it nice.
That was
my job.
That was his job.
Yeah, I loved it. It was like a puzzle,
Meanwhile, me and Kabula really had to read a map.
Yeah, really.
And Dave and
Stigma was holding the map and sleeping, maybe.
he was folding it.
I folded back up. Do you know what it is to fold a map? Go ahead, you try that.
It's like a flag or
It
something.
takes about 15 minutes.
Damn. And we guys fishing? Where'd you go fishing in New York?
No,
because you guys are fishing through the whole country. It's your first time fishing or something?
Pretty much. Kabula was a fishing guy.
He had the fantasy. So we're in the high Sierras, right? And we're fishing, and somebody came with a big chow chow dog, and me and Kabula are fishing, right? He turns around, he sees this
a bear.
big chow chow. He says, "Holy shit, a bear!" He throws his fishing rod down, and he start running away. And I'm running, I look, that's a dog. That ain't a fucking bear.
We're running for our lives. We thought it was a bear.
This is a huge fucking dog?
I didn't know where bears bark.
Oh my God.
We would go fishing everywhere, and when we catch the fish, we'd eat it.
We'd eat it right there.
Crazy, dude.
There were a time when we were on our way to Portland, we almost didn't make it because we went fishing. We would stop to go fishing. We'd make it a point because we were like, when we joined every military thing you could think of on that tour, we actually joined, dude, and we were on mushrooms and crazy shit. They were like, "Yeah, get out of here, kids." We're like, "Well, we came to join." They're like, "Yeah, get out of here." I don't know how they never called us. We joined every military base you could think of. We did so much. I don't even know what we did.
Crazy, man. There's a big theme in this book too. Is I hear the scene is full of herpes.
Oh yeah,
herpes comes up through your whole book. Be careful, there's herpes in this town. Kabula said there might be herpes over there. These girls look like they're full of herpes. Herpes was a big thing back then, I guess.
It was the big thing back then. I mean, the AIDS pandemic was kind of over, thank God for that. It was horrible. But herpes was a real thing.
Herpes was before AIDS.
Yeah, herpes has always been before AIDS. But, and it was common, and everybody sleeping on everybody.
Yeah, but it was those, you could see these people.
You could tell.
You could see it.
For them,
they come up to you. Yeah, they come up to you, and it's like.
Yeah, you got sores all over your face. Go away.
Yeah.
Damn. I love that. I hear the scene is full of herpes. Be careful. The whole crowd has it. Everybody has it.
Oh, Kabula's freaking out 1.2.
He was freaking out. Yeah.
Half of it was us. Was either the acid or whatever we were tripping on, our own minds going crazy.
Dude, paranoid.
We did a lot of acid on that trip too.
Damn. I forgot where this one's from, but we got beat. They only paid us $50. Terry got stabbed in the throat. Big riot.
California.
He's okay though. On the way to Reno, no big deal. My man got stabbed in the throat.
Yeah.
He got sliced. That was in San Francisco.
At the Tenderloin at the Sound of Music.
Rock against Maxim Rock Roll.
Yeah. Bomb threats there.
Right there. Yeah. Well, we had to change the venue because of it. They put us in a worse venue, worse neighborhood. It was raining bottles. It was a riot broke out.
They didn't want us kids there. They didn't want us there.
Tenderloin is no joke.
From the roofs, they were throwing bottles at us.
Yeah.
They slid his throat. Terry Cycle was with us. Yeah. Billy Cycle's girl. Billy Cycle was there. Paul was there from Sheer Terror. They were all living there. And Billy, Billy, and Terry Cycle got him in a van and took him. And we saved his life. Took him to the.
Yeah, she saved his life.
She did because she knew what to do.
She was a nurse.
Wow. I drove all the way to the hospital.
Let me guess. Nobody
for $50.
Nobody from Max Mark Road showed up to any of these shows. They tried to
you're
talk
kidding
me.
face to face like a
Well, I
person.
wound up talking to
The
that
second
guy.
time they did. Second
Tim
time
Yohannan, you spoke
Yeah, I
to?
spoke
the
to him
second
once.
tour we did, he did show up, and we talked. We thought everything was cool. We left, and we were like, oh, we had this bet, $5 bet. We had a bet. Anybody, if this guy ever shows up, $5 was a lot of money for us back then.
Shave your
Knock him
eyebrow.
out.
Okay.
Knock him
On
out.
site.
But he was old.
Really?
He was an old man. We saw him. We're like, we can't really hit him. Me and Kabula, we can't really. So we talked to him. Remember?
Yeah, there's no talking to him.
But he was, everything was cool. He saw the show and everything was. It was at the second show.
Sound of Music.
Yeah, what's the Sound of Music?
Mubuhe Garden.
Baby Hair Gardens. And we leave. We think everything's all right. We get back to New York. Next Maxwell comes out. He's talking shit about us again.
Yeah, I wound up talking to him on the phone. It was during Christmas time. This, that, and I'm trying to be civil with this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to come to a common denominator. Okay, you feel that way or whatever. Let's try. All right, okay. After the conversation, all right, Tim, take care. Have a good Christmas. Well, I don't believe in crap. I'll go you.
Jeez,
man. I'm wishing you well.
Too punk for his own good, man.
Yeah, come on. It's Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah. Who gives a fuck?
Is it safe to say he was the first human troll? Like before the internet,
I
he was in a
guess.
magazine talking shit. Like he's the first kind of hater.
He's
It's
a
kinda
hater. These
crazy.
people are haters.
Wow.
But then they had
Wow.
people that eventually, like Bruce Rose, who did the very last interview, did an interview with us for Max Mark and Roll because he wanted to kind of
Clear up the air.
Yeah,
air.
it's nice.
And it was a cool interview Bruce did. Bruce did a great interview, and then he passed away like 2 or 3 months afterwards. Just to clear up the air, like it's like there's so much back and forth at that. He never, like Tim never, we had an agreement through Dave AOD. He was a big writer back then. And like he sent the interview, Roger will answer the question, and that's it. And that's it. It's done. And he had to answer on top of answer. Like he had to have the
rebuttal.
last
Always
say.
a rebuttal.
Like you can't have the last say. You send it.
You're the guest.
You know, and that's
mean?
it.
Yeah.
Like now you're gonna rebuttal. You don't give me a chance to rebuttal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Go.
You
You
know what I
wind up
mean?
in the weeds,
Yeah.
It was total
Running in
like.
circles and
You
shit.
ask a question, I answer. What the fuck else
But
you
it
want?
didn't just happen with us. It started happening the whole scene in Boston, the whole scene in Detroit. Everybody started being like, you know what? This guy just has it out for certain bands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he's
it.
miserable. Miserable.
Yeah,
maybe,
miserable. What are you going to do? I'm
Damn.
glad he's dead. Fuck him.
Okay, respect.
Wow.
Me and Vinny woke up and put Bridget's lingerie on. We ran into the highway to
Oh,
make fun
yeah.
of Dave.
Remember that?
He leaves us there when we almost get killed by a truck. We thought we were the most
Wow. You
ugliest,
tell the story.
most ugliest girls he's ever seen, bald, tattooed, and crazy.
So they were sleeping. Me and Roger got into this girl's luggage, and we put her clothes on. Lingerie, and we run with high heels and everything. We run out, and truckers were going.
We're gonna make fun of Dave. But he takes off.
He takes off. He leaves me and Roger in lingerie on the side of a highway.
I ate it. They were trying to kill us. The trucks are trying to run us
shit,
off.
man.
And then Dave eventually came back. We're like, we almost got killed.
Yeah.
Oh,
They thought we were the ugliest.
Ah.
We had like tattooed and lingerie. Like, it was crazy.
I got to say, Roger, you're an ugly woman.
Well,
Was that Dave's girl or something?
well, the girl he picked up,
Well,
he
yeah.
made his girl.
Damn.
It didn't last. None of it lasted long. By the time I think by the time
Two
I
ugly
did she
women.
ever make it in New York, or she ditched out in Denver? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think she ditched Denver and went back.
Damn. Well, back to your book. Your cartoon. The cartoon in your book is really awesome, and the superhero one, Stigma Man. But the one talking about
Stigma Man.
Yeah, it's amazing. But also like you being like bullied in school. Is that true? They called you aardvark and anteater and elephant, but they made fun of your nose in school?
It's kind of like the children's story. That's the
Yeah.
children's story.
Yeah.
See, when I did the book, I really didn't want to do a book, but
Okay.
everybody through the years told me, Vinny, do a book. All right.
Totally.
I fucking did it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I said I only want to do it with Howie. So I did the book, but I didn't want to do a book like everybody. So I put a cookbook in there.
it's great.
I put a comic book in there. I put a coffee table type book
Yeah.
in. I put a sports page, puzzles.
You did.
You know,
I was just
something-
surprised it wasn't in Braille, but go ahead.
Yeah, I could do that too. You know? But I wanted to try to do something different. But
Yeah.
the children's book, I would want everyone to read to their child, like
Yeah.
a small
Oh my
child,
God.
because it's about don't be a hater.
Yeah, it's so positive, dude.
It's a positive little story about.
I'd be terrified if
Yeah.
I had to read a story about Vinnie Stigma to an infant.
Well, it's just a story.
Is that
you
the
know?
stories we know?
Yo, this is my favorite.
I got good Vinnie Stigma infant stories.
This is my favorite Stigma chapter. If you want to know something about a vegan, don't worry, they'll tell you.
It's
I
true.
love that shit.
It's so
so
true.
true. But then I went through like all your shit, like the Stigma marinara, pasta fazool, the pasta. All these can be vegan. Like almost all these are just vegetables.
Yes.
It's crazy. You can
yeah,
swap
they
it
could
out.
be vegan. Yeah, really.
No, these look really good though, man.
I mean, I've been, you could say I've been a vegan for like 60 years.
I know almost. There's only a couple you can swap out, like chicken broth with vegetable
Well,
broth.
yeah, so you put the, you
Yeah,
scratch
mock chicken. Remember that?
Yeah,
Those places are great in New York City.
But I like the rapina, broccoli rabe. That shit's great. I love all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Pasta chichi, pasta basil, pasta primavera. Do you still cook this shit or no?
Yeah.
Damn.
Still cook it.
And you're a good cook still.
It's cheap. I could feed 4 people like
Yeah.
on nothing.
If he would have had the greens, he would have made it right now.
Also, you're a big sports fan. You have a whole sports section in there too. All this
Yeah.
stuff. The Wildcats. The Knicks,
I like the
obviously.
72 Mets.
Yeah.
The
Big
Mets.
fan.
He's got
72
these-
Mets.
He doesn't have the Mets. He's got the Jets. He's got the Giants because of Lawrence Taylor. He got Joe Namath because of the Jets.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously. The hardest Pittsburgh Steelers tattoo on your neck. Plus, you like college shit like Duke and Kentucky Wildcats and shit
Yeah.
like that. You're a big sports guy.
Not as I used
Well, you
to
really
be.
didn't play sports. You played handball growing up.
Yeah, I
Not
played
so much
New York
sports.
sports, like
Yeah.
cities, New York, like
Stick ball.
handball, stick ball, punch ball, like
Or
that.
the one on the floor with the bottles.
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
that called?
Skullsy.
Skull, yeah. Love that one.
Really?
Love that one.
That's
that
just
shit.
a game, like.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's take the crayons, you melt them, you can make your own different colors into a bottle cap, like a Coke bottle cap.
What?
You flatten it out, not flatten it, make it so you can melt the crayon into it, and then
Yeah.
you put the numbers on the floor, and you have to get to the numbers and knock
Knock
opponents
the
out.
other
and
guy
make,
out.
and
Yeah,
make
it's
a
a
little-
crazy game.
That's
I
a
forgot
great
the
game.
rules, but
What
yeah.
year is that from?
That's from the 20s.
Okay,
I was
okay.
playing it.
Jeez, dude.
And Vinnie Stigma knew the Burger King when he was the Burger Prince.
I wrestled Jesus.
Um,
Speaking of wrestling, I might. We'll
I
talk
know.
about
well, that's
that
in
later.
there too. We'll get
Oh.
yeah. But also, you're a wine guy more than a beer guy.
Well, now I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got older.
Are you pretty sober these days, or do you drink?
I'm pretty. I drink wine. I'm a wino now.
Okay.
My name is Vinny, and I'm an alcoholic. But I drink wine and smoke cigars now. We did that the other night on Todd's boat. That was awesome.
Nice.
I had these gigantic cigars.
Good thing that boat never leaves the dock.
Yeah, we'd still be out there.
But you party back in the day, obviously throughout your life and shit. Now you're more like chill. You partied. Back
You know,
in the
I
day.
never really
He
drank.
started going crazy like later on in his life.
Yeah.
As you
Yeah.
get older, you figure you want to take care of yourself. A lot.
Yeah.
This guy went wild.
Yeah, I was drinking
Like
beer.
from the Madball days when
I
he
was gonna
actually
say that.
when he was in Madball full time, and then I saw him, he got fat. He drank so much
the
beer.
beer.
He was so
Damn.
fat at one point, like big.
Really?
And then from that point, I'm like, what happened to you? You used to not really drink that much. It's casual, you know. We had our days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but then all of a sudden, like, wow.
I mean, obviously the Mad Ball. I mean, Ball of Destruction '89, Drop Many Suckers '92. Then set. Those are incredible records you're part of, man. You guys.
Oh,
And the
man,
whole,
yeah.
The
that
whole
was-
beginning of Mad Ball.
especially
is
those two
incredible, man.
records, the
Yeah.
two EPs.
Yeah.
Because, you know, to have the roar of the guitar and Freddie's high-pitched voice because he's
Crazy,
a child.
Yeah.
And that high-pitched voice just cut through the fucking music.
Yeah.
You can't get better than that.
Nah. And there's nothing like Mad Ball. And I think Mad Ball definitely set the tone for so many of the bands now. Obviously, with the groove and the rhythm.
Yeah, oh, yeah, they
and
got the
bounce.
slip, they groove, yeah.
Because it was hardship, but it wasn't like that. This had a pocket to it. Like you
Yeah,
bounced
they're
to it.
in the pocket all the time now.
Well, it kind of came out of the One Voice record.
Okay, yeah.
If you take the leads out of One Voice,
Okay.
and you put put Freddie's vocals in it,
Right.
you can see it's kind of the beginning to where it was heading to Madball. Obviously, because Matt Henderson,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Shepler, Vinny.
Yeah, man.
You
Incredible
know?
lineup, man. Also, I love in the book, both your books, how like you kind of took care of Freddie when he was busy doing his stuff, and you
Yeah.
wake him up, make sure you get to school in the
Oh.
morning. But you're not a morning person, but you
Yeah.
made it happen. You like,
I had to.
You really
had to,
stepped up like a
because my
father
family
figure.
was on him.
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
He knew.
It was horrible to wake up, man. He'd wake up, Roger. You know he wrecked
Oh,
my
how about the
house.
time we couldn't find his passport?
Ah, he
We're
wrecked
getting
my.
ready to go to Europe. I mean, hours.
No way.
3 hours before we have to go to the airport, he couldn't find his passport. Me and Vinny are sitting here laughing, like in the kitchen, like this.
Yeah.
We're laughing, and everything is in the middle of this floor being destroyed.
The drawers. He pulled out all the drawers.
Freaking out?
Freaking out.
Damn.
And the
Things
best-
sparkling, TVs blowing up, and we're like, look at you, what happened?
How about the
We're like, we
TV?
gotta go on tour.
The TV blew up. We all got scared. Like,
He's just pulling things. Things are, and we finally found it. We left.
Holy
left
we
my
left.
house.
The house was a mess.
What year was that?
what was that?
Was that Dynamo? You guys went to play Dynamo?
No, that was the first time we actually took the real Mad Ball with
Okay,
us.
okay.
Dynamo came
In,
later.
in the,
Okay, yeah.
90, He was in school. He had to write a report.
Yeah.
Damn.
94. No. 92, 93.
Yeah.
Because we one time, and then and that same tour, we played Coney Island, that place Coney Island.
Coney Island.
Man, he flipped out, and he took every mat ball 7-inch, and the whole backstage, he was flicking them like frisbees everywhere.
Who was Freddie? Was?
Yeah, because he was pissed off. I forgot why he was pissed off.
Jeez, dude.
Because we would make him do something. He didn't want to do something.
Yeah. Everybody would break his fucking balls.
Yeah,
I fucking
man.
hated that.
But you know what? And then I got sick and I had to get a surgery, and I said, you got to go out and sing. We were on that big tour with Obituary, Chemical Manipulation.
That was 92.
Right.
And he
I
killed
said,
it.
you got to go out.
He killed
I don't
it.
want to go. I mean,
Yeah, I
made him
remember.
go out. I said, go for 2 weeks.
Don't worry,
I'm
Freddie.
coming back.
I got you.
I'm
Yeah.
coming back in 2 weeks. I'm coming back. 2 weeks came around. They came around. They tried to take me, and I couldn't. I had to go back to the hospital. They took me, and I had to go to the hospital. I said, you got to stay on. And then, but from that point on, he realized he could do it.
Yeah.
Damn.
He
And,
realized
you know,
it.
and then
I coached him all the way. You
And
know,
he
and-
hated everybody. He didn't want to do it, but then he's like, okay, I think I can
Yeah.
do it.
And
And
then
then we took Madball a little bit more
And
serious.
then when Roger came back, we were like, nah,
We don't want him.
Stay with Freddie.
We don't want him.
And look at him now, still killing it, bro.
Ah.
A beast. One of the illest frontmen, dude.
Yeah, he's a beast.
It's not, he's doing this from a kid. I remember putting him on my fucking shoulders.
I know.
And playing
dude, I know.
guitar.
I saw the pictures in there.
I
yeah.
thought it was the hardest fucking thing. Now I got a picture of me on his shoulders.
Damn.
I got it the
Argentina.
other day.
With my hair up to here, you on my shoulder in
Yeah.
Argentina. That's in my book.
dude.
In my other book. In this book, you see Freddie
I know.
singing his first show ever with us
Agnostic Fred.
at Great Gildersleeves with GBH in
Yeah,
1983.
literally was. I mean, a baby.
And did you see the other picture? We're watching the Bad Brains. My girlfriend's with him,
oh, yeah.
and the Bad Brains are playing at CBGB's at that
Damn,
age.
dude, it's crazy. He was on tour with
7
that
years
young-
old.
That young, man.
He saw the Bad Brains at 7. Seemed like great bands at that time.
Yeah.
All the bands at age 7 he was with us, he saw.
I feel like there's something about New York hardcore. Maybe it's not just New York, but the whole the ball breaking in New York is different than anywhere in the world. Like how he can be so harsh to somebody, but if somebody else says something to him, they're gonna fuck that dude. Only we can be harsh to our
Right,
boy.
yeah.
And it's all love, but it's ball breaking.
Yeah,
It's a
but-
real serious ball breaking.
It
But
is.
I don't
it's a
mind
New York
teasing
thing.
around, but I'm not a ball. I was never a ball. I hated
I'm
ball
a
breaking.
ball
Yeah.
breaker. It's a New
I
York
He-
thing.
Hey,
is.
he's a fucking ball breaker.
He is.
Me, I all right, you want to play a joke? Okay, well, it's over. Now stop.
Yeah, because some things go a little too far.
Yeah.
Stigma would be like, oh, you had a good night. You slept well.
Yeah,
Like, I'll wake up busting balls.
Like were these guys putting bricks in your bunks? Is that true?
No, that was in Matty Henderson. I used to put bricks in his luggage.
Oh my god,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, and I remember I found this slate, black slate. I took all his clothes out and I put all the slate on the bottom. And I put it, and after a
Oh
while
my
we would
God.
throw a garbage in there. I put a log in there.
Dude.
And
There's
then,
like a-
what's this log doing in there?
We had that other Rob Romero where I took his bag
You dumped
and I dumped it in
the canal.
in Amsterdam,
Amsterdam.
and then pulled it back out, war wet. And he's the next day because we had it in a trailer, and they say he's going to everything's wet. I'm like, yeah, it must have rained.
Yeah.
There's a lot of psychological shit going
Psychological
on.
warfare.
There
I
is,
was a
man.
king of psychological.
I was
warfare.
like,
I was burning
hard
socks.
enough.
Yeah.
I was burning what's his name socks.
Yeah.
Umbar.
Was it?
Umbar, rest in
the
peace.
in the middle of the night.
No way,
because
dude.
I beat him in these games. I've had people on tour with no eyebrows
Yeah,
or one.
yeah,
I
yeah,
played
yeah.
them for the eyebrows and I beat him. They're walking around no eyebrows or two. And I
loves
burned
this shit,
I
yeah.
burned all his socks, his clothes in front of him. And we just started tour. I had no clothes. I burned it all outside because I
Even little
wanted.
Mark shut down.
Then-
He breaks his
then
balls.
No way, Mark is sweet,
Yeah,
dude.
I made Mark go up. Yeah, I got Mark too. And then he had because I had control. I had everybody's airline ticket to get back home. So
Damn, dude.
so I had full control. So they had to do certain things to make me appreciate you getting your airline ticket to go home. So I burned all his clothes. I said, now you can go home. But he had no clothes.
Was Paulie really a beer drinking dog?
Yes.
Yes.
He was legit.
Yeah, he was a legit beer
Wow,
drink.
dude.
He would lay like this on his back and pee over his head. That was so awesome.
I could do that too. What? Want to see?
Too
I'm
bad
sure he
it wasn't
can.
like a water fountain, you know.
I love how the first show at CBGB's after the Victim in Pain, you guys got there and it was fucking packed. People from everywhere, not just your friends from A7. How you guys are kind of shocked at that shit. Like, oh shit, we got something.
Yeah,
here.
that first tour when we came back, we were like the heroes. We went
Yeah.
out to represent, waving that New York hardcore
You
flag.
really
Came
did,
back
man.
and the people were so proud that we did that. And that was our first ever sold out show, CB's. And every one that followed that at CB's was always sold out.
Damn.
And it was just like
Beautiful,
that.
dude.
It was great, you know. Like it was like,
It's
like I say,
awesome.
Agnostic Front's always been the people's band.
Yeah, I love this too. That Vinny, he would say the word instead of the word mash that the Bad Brain said. It's Rastafarian. He would sound like mosh. So maybe Stigma is the one who created the word mosh because of the way he said it.
My accent.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
It's a really interesting thing in the book. Your book, about that. Yeah, mash mosh. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I wouldn't
I
claim it
agree with
myself, but
You agree with that?
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But you have to ask someone else to see because
Craig claims he was the first skinhead to wear sneakers, high top Nikes.
Who, Craig?
Craig Satari, like sneaker skins.
I don't know about that.
no skin with him. So when he first came,
if you look at that tour book that we all started off with DMs,
Yeah.
I'm wearing sneakers towards the end of it.
Yeah, you
high
are.
top Nike sneakers.
Damn.
Well, look at that. You've seen those pictures, right? It's all high top.
Because I know
Nike
after
sneakers.
Youth Today was wearing
I just
high
got
tops.
lazy.
yeah. When Craig first came around, I liked him right away.
Okay.
I would be right up front, moshing to him, and to his band,
yeah.
and the Purcells and all those guys.
Yeah.
Ray, they all loved Agnostic
They
Front.
came out to your shows in the book. You talked about them coming out.
So
You seen the
when-
letter
Violent
Ray
Children.
wrote us? Ray wrote us a letter.
So when every day I used to, like at Sunday when he would come to the matinee, Craig, I would go, "Yo, come over, get over here." I call him over. I thought you're gonna be in my fucking band one day. He said,
Damn.
all right, Vinny. And then I had a Frenchie scare him away. Get out of here,
He used to be scared.
He loves that.
He was in the
but-
back of the van always scared.
You guys put him through the ringer,
Because
man.
Freddie,
Roger.
I used to make Freddie like get on him.
Ah.
We had a way of getting on. We had a song written from him. I'm not gonna do it now because it's mean. But anyway, and then I christened him Scully. He loved it. He was happy he became Scully.
Scully
But
Ramone now.
Now he's Scully Ramone.
yeah,
I just christened him Scully Ramone recently too.
And you give Henderson Wildcard name too?
Oh yeah, the wild card.
Wildcard's
But
a
anyway,
legend.
those are good days. But
If you can make it through
Scully's
Agnostic
Tim.
Front, you'll be all right in
Yeah.
life.
I tell you what a lineup. Willie, Matty, Craig, the greatest bass player in New York hardcore, Craig Satari.
Dude, the one voice lineup in the NYC video, you guys are all like marching back and forth. Dude, you had long hair. That shit was, the American flag shit was hard. That DVD that Howie put out, Relativity Records, Alive in NYC.
Oh, that one that with
Gorilla
Gorilla
Biscuits,
Biscuits.
Sick
That's
of It All,
coming out as
Agnostic
audio.
Front.
It's
Really?
coming out audio real soon. I think. Well, who's putting it out?
That's so cool.
It's coming out.
Howie
real
might
soon.
know. Yeah.
Holly Flanagan?
No, Howie.
No,
Howie.
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 But all you
yeah,
guys
right,
in the
right.
military.
Jay Reason.
yeah.
Jay Reason. What's his?
Oh, yeah, Reese. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
he called me
he's putting it
Sergeant
out.
Stigma.
Sergeant Stigma.
Yeah, I was very demanding. If you would come to the show, I'd give you shit.
Is it
Where were you? What was your show? You didn't come. Even on the flyers, they used to write, if you don't show up, Vinny's going to mark you.
Damn.
Right on the
You can
flyers.
see it.
Okay.
You can see it.
Back in the day.
Is it true to say that the cut off army shorts are originally from you and they're called the Stigmas? Who set off the cut off army shorts in hardcore?
I don't know.
Because I hear it's you, man. I don't know. That's what they say.
I know.
It's a
we-
New York thing for sure.
We were very militant
Yeah.
looking.
And,
Word,
and-
dude.
go
and I
there.
know we got shit from that, like in Europe.
Yeah.
In Europe, they're like, "Why are you guys all militant? You all have army shorts." And I'm like, "Because that's what we wear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it's
Yeah,
just- that's what we
hot
like.
on stage.
That's what we like."
But I feel like you guys set it off with our military shit for sure, man. The army shit, tank tops, fucking
No shirt.
even getting heavily tattooed back then
Yeah.
too.
The lyrics to the song "The Eliminator." I don't know who wrote that one.
I wrote
but the
that
lyric-
song.
The lyrics
Fuck
to the-
Kabula.
Kabula, poor Kabula. He's a
poor
great
Rob.
guy. Anyway,
He's a great player.
the lyrics to that song is all military shirts.
Okay.
From
Yeah.
From
Killing's my business. I used to
Oh,
wear
yeah.
all my
Oh, yeah.
shirt.
It's all shirts from
Right.
the we used to go
Yeah,
to
don't
Army
tread
Navy
on me and
stores.
all that
Yeah,
shit.
right.
Army
Kill a
Navy-
commie for
so-
mommy.
So we took
Bro.
all those T-shirts and we
Killing's my
made them a
business, your
lyric.
business is fine.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, all those flags and the
Yeah,
snake and all that shit.
It's funny.
Interesting.
Because
Wow.
people would be like, "Oh, that you did that because that one other band, Megadeth." I said, "It had nothing to do with Megadeth. It had to do with the Army Navy store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. You
That's
have
what it
to
has to
train
do
her.
with.
We used to go
Has
down.
nothing to do with that. We got it from the Army Navy store. We put it all, pieced it all together. It was fun.
I like your cartoon where like it's you going through Manhattan and you're seeing like all these people that are coming in the neighborhood and you're like saving people and walking the old lady and some punk rockers getting picked on and how you can tell a true New Yorker by the way they walk.
It's true.
You can really see that and
Yeah.
feel that.
I go home, I'll see these people.
Just
on
from
their
walking
phone.
behind them and shit.
Yeah, just the way they walk, the way they look. You could just tell.
Do you still love New York?
I still love New York, but it changed a lot.
It's
you know?
changed way a lot.
It's so different, man. It's so.
I hate that
what- you know what-
CBGB's is gone. So
it's that fancy store.
You know what's really weird? The other day, like this thing that pops up in my feed here once in a while. It's called the Lower East Side, whatever.
Yeah.
And they just pictures of the Lower East Side. Just the other day, there was one that popped in 1983, the Lower East Side, like Alphabet City, 9th Street, one building standing. It looked like a bomb hit it.
Yeah.
And that's not that
It was.
long ago.
Yeah.
What New York has become is insane.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long. It's when we were running these streets.
Yeah, dude.
You know, when we were running those streets, New York was like a bomb hit it. You know,
We used to play football on Avenue Way, the punks versus
Yeah.
this kid. Every once in a while, a car would come. Now you go there's a traffic jam every night.
Damn.
You can't even
dude.
go
On
on the
Avenue
street.
Way, next to Ray's.
Wow.
Ray's, where we used to get the egg cream.
Egg
Nobody would be
creams,
there. We used to
yeah.
send Freddie to go get us 40s, and they weren't even 40s. They were quarts.
Quartz.
They were quarts.
Damn.
Before 40s.
They were called quarts. We sent Freddie. He's 7 years old from the park to the liquor to the bodega. I gave come back with quarts.
They would sell it to him.
Yeah, back then you
they
could,
don't
you
give
know, it was.
And then break down the avenues for the listeners who may live in New York now, but what those avenues meant, that each letter.
A B C A B C B.
aware.
A is adventurous.
Yes.
Something.
B.
B.
Come on,
is-
guys.
I'm trying to remember.
I know
now.
D is
dead.
dead.
C is crazy.
Yeah, dangerous. Dead.
B is beware. I think.
Yeah, what's C
Yeah.
though? Crazy. Adventurous.
Yeah.
Beware.
There was
crazy.
it was common. It was written on different areas.
Yeah. But I
And it
think
was
those,
really like that.
those deep projects are still there, I think.
They were
Yeah.
always there.
They're still, they didn't get
Yeah.
moved. So just walking around must be like a strange place.
It's
Even
a
though you grew up
strange
there,
place,
Yeah.
man.
You know.
And then all the bike lanes, Jesus,
Yeah.
that really ruined New York.
Money machines on Avenue D.
You think people still have pigeons out there collecting pigeons
No,
in New York?
they stopped. You can't go to Roost anymore.
I got
that
my
stopped a long time ago.
right near the Tenants Museum, the Jewish Tenants Museum. I still have a coop up there. Benny.
They do?
Benny.
Benny
Benny's
maybe.
got it.
Wow.
But now you can't. You're not allowed to go up there. They have alarms in every roof. It's part of the insurance.
Benny's got the building.
part of owning a building.
He's
They made
the
everything do
janitor
that.
of that Tenants Museum, Benny.
Because I know for a fact that Paulie the beer drinking dog used to get walked on the roof.
All
Yeah.
right. Hanging on the roof and shit, yeah.
Because it was less to go up the roof and back down, to go all the way down and go outside.
Yeah.
Damn.
You still got to clean it up.
Yeah,
but
but it
I
didn't
wait for
matter.
it to dry out.
Yeah,
Then
and
they
while
just
you're up
pick
there,
all the shit off
while
the
you're up
roof.
there, you're playing with pigeons and cleaning a
crazy,
pigeon
bro.
coop, and Paulie the beer drinking dog is running around,
Rest
and
in
I'm
peace.
sleeping, and the old ladies in their lawn chairs getting sun. It was
You're like
just
that.
like that.
How old were you when you got your chest tattoo?
The chest.
That was in my
Oh,
apartment.
that was on my birthday. That was my 18th birthday, I think.
Holy
17th or
shit,
18th birthday. We
dude.
played that show June 30th, man. That was my birthday.
He was in Agnostic Front at 17.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
7, 1, 7, 2,
18th
7,
birthday.
3, 7, 4, 7, 57. Woo, 60. You'll be in 6 decades soon.
6 decades. It's crazy,
Oh, my God.
man.
Yeah, only.
He used to tell me, Roger, please do. When he was 40, please do. Just tell him 40. Okay. Right, for another 5 years, just tell him 40. Okay, no problem. Just tell him 50. All of a sudden now I'm like, I'm 60.
But
I
it's
don't know
beautiful.
what
I
else
love
to
that.
do anymore.
I love your chapter, brother, Ode to Roger, in your book. It's sweet. Like this nice thing you dedicated in there in the book. It's nice.
You know, I
man.
haven't seen. I only
really
know the
sweet,
forward. I
man.
only know the forward because I wrote it.
I know your forward's
I
great.
haven't
It's a
seen the
great
rest of it.
forward.
I'm still waiting for my copy over here.
yeah, it's a really
I
good.
still don't got a copy over
Call
here.
your pal Howie.
You figured I'd get a copy.
I got to get you a copy.
And then also, you guys have both been through cancer scares. Both
Yeah.
of you.
Yes.
Both. And you guys are health really good right now. You guys are good.
Yeah.
Yours
no
was a
big
while
deal.
long before his, right?
His
yeah.
is a long time ago.
Yeah.
I did it when we did that Misfits tour back then. So that's
Yeah.
what, you know.
With the Misfits, the Dickies,
Yeah.
the
Good
Damned.
good thing. I had the tattoo shop, and I
You got New York hardcore tattoos.
I unionized my tattoo shop.
Smart.
I unionized it so I could get health care.
Smart, dude.
Right. thing you did.
Because I know a few people, you know what I mean? The
Yeah,
same
bro.
people who got me the job. So I was bleeding. I was leaking oil. So I
Says
said
in
to
your
my-
book, yeah.
Fuck it, let me go. You know, I got
Yeah.
why am I paying for this, you know? So I go, I see this little Arab doctor. He says, you have cancer. I said, okay, sure. He says, but if we don't get it now, you might have to wear a what? A who? A colosophy, what? I went and I got it. So I had to get 2 operations. So I get the first operations. So next time he says, I hear you're some kind of a rock star. You got a record? So I give him a CD, right? I had to go back for the other operations. I go back to them. I says, by the way, make a small talk. Did you ever listen to my record? He said, yeah, we listened to it. I said, what do you mean? He says, well, we were operating on you. You listen to that garbage? You're supposed to listen to Mozart. You don't listen to that garbage when you operate on somebody.
Sinatra.
No wonder you had to go back.
No way, bro.
Really?
They're like, let's leave it in there.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. And then about your most recent stuff, you're all good now too?
I'm still getting checked every 3 months.
Yeah.
I'll feel better when I get checked at least every 6 months.
He's going to get lasered soon.
Yes, that is it.
Yeah.
But medical insurance too, being in the heart group, and especially as long as you have, and now obviously you're a senior citizen, you get benefits now, but there's no retirement plan in hardcore. There's no funds for it. This music.
We didn't think about it like that.
Music cares helps people now, like with like they go through things.
Do they really? I gotta
put people in rehabs, they help people with different things, but you do this out of love, and there's no ending to this. Whenever it ends, it ends.
Right. That curtain falls on everyone.
It's gonna fall hard. And that's it.
Yeah.
So, but I have one thing to say to anyone when it comes to that GoFundMe stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just get enough money. You don't have to milk a lot of money.
Facts.
Just get enough money to buy the health insurance and let the fucking health insurance pay for it.
True, man.
Yeah, but they
it's a
don't.
good point.
But
They
I'm just
don't.
saying.
It's such a crazy
So you
fucked
get
up
the
system.
wraparound package.
It never fucking
and then
ends. You have no
little-
idea how insurance works.
I'm just
the
saying.
shit that I gotta go through to get to what I really need.
Yeah.
It's a circus. It takes
So many
2
hoops,
years.
even
You have
with
to jump
insurance.
hoops. Yeah.
I'd rather pay cash and
Why
get it
don't
done
you
faster.
Why don't I do what I have to do?
Yeah. Yeah, my
You
wife
know?
just had skin cancer on her neck, and we had not the right insurance, and I was like, fuck, I'm just going to pay cash. Otherwise, I'm waiting 5-6 months to get looked at. It's such a scam, all of that
It's
shit.
a
dude.
whole-
It's a
hard,
Ponzi
man.
scheme.
I mean, Europe's got it on lock. When you travel and see how people in Europe are with the insurance, all that shit.
But you know what I
everything's
found
covered.
out?
You know what? You got the health insurance, but you don't get the medical care.
But you know what I found out? I
Good
found
point.
out.
It's true.
Yeah, it's a
Look
good
at
point.
Mickey Fitz. He's dead today because of that.
Good
But
point,
what I
yeah.
found out was through my doctors that the American health insurance companies are owned by Europeans.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Because they can't do that over there. It's illegal for them. So we're like a practice thing because they're introducing that to Europe now as we speak. They're introducing that to Europe. They're changing Europe.
Damn,
so we were
okay.
like
Yeah.
I didn't know that until my doctor told me.
How long do you guys see yourself doing Agnostic Front? Just keep going while you can?
Well, we got a new record we're recording next month.
Amazing, man.
Yeah, right. So, yeah.
I
we're booked till December 14th of next year.
Amazing,
So I'll
man.
be 70 years old on the road.
Incredible, man. It keeps you young, though. There's some sort of
Yeah,
spirit. We have the
it's like,
spirit. It's a young spirit.
I don't go
dude.
to a gym. I go to the stage.
Yeah. You've been wearing T-shirts your whole life. You
You don't even wear a shirt anymore.
But I'm saying, like-
take a shirt off.
I don't want to show my abs off.
But I'm saying, like, we do this thing where we can just dress the way we want our whole entire lives. You really have no boss. Obviously, you do electrical shit, but you're still Roger. You fucking
Right.
You book your own shit. Like, and it's this thing that people still love, generations and generations. Your longevity is. It must feel so nice to be respected by all walks of life at all different ages. Like Knock Loose guys fuck with you. Like all these new bands, it's like you guys are a staple of something so magical, so scary, so beautiful. It's a crazy thing we do. It's amazing.
It really is. I mean,
like we're big kids and shit. It's a spirit
Yeah.
inside. You know what I'm saying?
Really.
Like,
And what else you gonna do? Well, for me, anyways. And Rod, I don't know about you, but for me, I got nothing else. I
Yeah.
never had anything else. I only had
you
this.
just wanted music. That's
This
it.
is
from the
what I
jump.
always wanted to be in a band. I love being in a band. I love
Agnostic Front
rehearsal.
would not
My band
exist.
don't like to rehearse.
Oh, you like to rehearse?
Oh, yeah.
I love rehearsal. You get together with your friends. You get a couple of beers. You order a pizza.
The only reason the
smoke
band
a joint.
the only reason the band
have a
exists
good time.
is because of this guy. He had all the equipment and everything.
I know, man.
Nobody had anything.
And he
He
stored
had
it.
the bass amp, the guitar amp, the drums, everything.
And the guitars and the bass and
It's the
everything.
Mott Street headquarters, man.
Yeah,
And
really.
everything there, man. It's crazy.
That's how badly he wanted a band.
Yeah.
You figure I get everything. I'll just find people that can't play. They'll learn at some point.
Yeah, I'll teach you. And I taught a lot of people like kind of, the
Yeah.
basics.
You know what we got? We got Gilman Street, we got the Discord House, and we got Stigma's apartment. These are like 3 places that have been around for that long still. It's fucking pretty crazy. It's mainly Discord House is still there, and then Stigma's house. It's kind of cool, man.
It's still there.
Like over 40 years, man, of fucking history, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And you still want to make more music, and obviously you guys inspired to write new songs. And
Yeah,
all
we
that.
got like most of the record written for.
Right.
We're going in on the
January
January 10th.
Damn. Who's producing it?
Mike Dijon.
Oh, sick. Shout out to Mike Dijon. Incredible.
Shout
fucking
out to my
Yeah, we
guru.
love
Incredible human, dude.
Oh,
You can't break. Don't try to break him. He's a nice one.
Oh, I'm trying.
I know you're trying, but he's a
Yeah.
sweet,
He's great.
fucking
He's a great
spiritual.
project. It's
He's
beautiful.
my guru.
It's coming
No,
together.
he's
beautifully.
He's a true vegan.
He's a true vegan, spiritual yogi.
Yeah.
Great guitar player.
Great guy.
I've got him under my thumb.
Stigma, don't let him break him. Man.
I got him.
You can't break.
He's
Mike
my newest
Dijon.
project.
He's the newest project. Are you still doing the alligators too?
I just did a record.
First of
It's
all,
great.
the alligators are great. Let me tell you
So
something.
good. I fuck with
They
them.
are the fucking. They're like Agnostic Front '83 of today.
Yeah,
Right.
It's a continuation.
And you mentioned
of
Meet
it.
Rich in your book. That's the Rich you're talking about.
That's Rich.
Yeah.
I know. I noticed that. That's cool.
Met him and
You're
he
in
used to
my
write
book,
to. He used
too.
to write to us.
Instead, yeah, man.
He used to write to us, and we finally met him. He
He's great,
he was
dude.
standing there waiting the whole time, and we was the first person who pulled up. Oh, it's Rich, you know.
It's awesome.
The only reason I knew it was him because he sent me a picture of him.
Wow.
So I knew what he
Alligators
looked
are
like.
great.
Great.
Band.
So I just did a new record with the Alligators. There's a new 7-inch. It isn't out yet. It's coming out the beginning of the year. It's
Okay.
recorded already.
Okay.
It's just sitting waiting.
What about a solo record for you?
I did a country record.
That's what I
recently.
heard, man.
Yeah.
When's it coming out?
Well, it's I had the book. You know, I had a lot of things to do. It's a little rough for me to pull another thing together.
Sorry, Joe. You shut that door. Shut that door. I did this. She shut that door. I see you guys talking in there. Sorry. Yeah. So the book and then the solo record. Yeah.
So it'll come out this year. I hope, if God wants.
I love the chapter in here too, where you kind of like it was like late in the game for you, like fuck social media, go outside, be with your friends, make friends. I love that, dude.
We still talk about that to
I
this
love
day.
that.
Yeah, Roger
I
has a
mention
new-
that every day.
Yeah, at the
stage.
show. Look to your right, look to your left.
Yeah, get off
shake
your
each
phone.
other.
I saw that. Oh,
Yeah.
I saw you guys with Obituary and Sepultura. It was amazing, man. The LA show. It was great.
Yeah.
I loved it. You're actually pretty much
Make-
teaching the kids how to dance.
Yeah,
like you're fucking
like
schooling
right.
them.
Like
make a
not. Come
lifelong
on, don't
friend
worry
right
about
here.
pushing
Yes.
each other.
Now.
Like we like, you know.
It was educational for the
It
kids.
is.
Yeah.
It's a good.
And how was that tour? It's like new fans
It
for
was
you guys?
incredible.
Could do no wrong.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
That's how good it was.
Shout out to Derek, man. Sepultura, Obituary
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
like, that was
all of
fucking-
them. Great.
I was
great
so
tour.
happy for you guys. You guys went on that tour.
Yeah, me too.
It's a great fucking package. Did you guys tour with AF? Tour with Obituary back in the day?
Yes,
Yeah,
we did.
no
That was
doubt.
that tour that Freddie sang.
Okay.
That's the one with
Freddie did
right.
like
oh, that's right.
Freddie did like
dude.
3/4 of that tour.
Damn. How about I know you're not a hip hop fan, but I see DMC's in the mix somehow.
Yeah, well,
From Run DMC.
It's not that I'm not a hip hop fan. I wasn't a fan. I mean, I grew up with
I'm
that
sure you
stuff.
fucked with DMC back in the day.
Yeah, I grew up with Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
guys. We all grew up in that scene, you
Yeah.
know. But it's just that where it was heading, I didn't like.
Yeah.
With the bitches and hoes, like to me, that's disrespectful.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
always been about respecting women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all like, you know, the gang banging, and I'm not
The
into
flashy,
that. Now, Rakim and those guys, they talked about positive stuff.
Rakim,
KRS-One,
Best,
you know, he
dude.
talked about real stuff.
Public Enemy.
Public Enemy.
Woo.
We were living parallel lives. The beginning of hip hop and the beginning of hardcore
For sure.
punk,
Right.
you know, and
Yeah.
we were talking about stuff, real good stuff, and then, I mean, it just went a real way that I don't agree with. Doesn't mean I don't like it,
Yeah.
you know, but I do like a lot of the older bands, you know,
Yeah.
and I respect what they did, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? But
So-
I don't respect the other stuff. It's just not my thing. you
So
know?
how's DMC coming to your
He's
life?
awesome. He's a good
But
dude.
something happened recently, right? Like he came
Yeah,
to
he
the
was-
show.
he came out to one of those shows.
Okay.
He flew out and he you know he wants to do. He's been calling me. He really wants to do a song with us. He likes metal. He loves hip hop.
I know.
I mean, he loves
He
hardcore.
loves AC/DC. Yeah.
I mean, he saw a movie. He always, Roger, that movie is incredible. It's like New York. It's us, man.
It's true.
It's so
Nice,
us,
man.
right? He was like, we were living the same life you guys.
It's
you know,
true.
and I'm looking at all the buildings because,
Yeah, right.
you know,
Awesome, man.
so there is a plan to do something together in this
I
next
love it.
record. We're gonna do something together. I don't know if it's gonna be in a record or what, but we're doing something.
I love those worlds colliding like this
Yeah.
many years later.
And he's a good dude. He's a genuine dude. He was there with his son.
Yeah, his
and
son's
his son was like, man, you have no idea. My dad loves you. My
Yeah.
dad, he was so excited to come hang out with
fucking
you.
Yeah, he
awesome,
brought us
guys.
man.
cookies.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he brought us a
Dude.
box of cookies.
Dude, this Run DMC is crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I love
He's a
it.
good dude.
I mean, you know, you talk about the Godfather's a rap.
Totally.
Yeah, right.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
dude.
So like
Right.
it like kind of like, you know, we didn't want to do it the way like the other bands did it. You know what I
Yes.
mean? We want to try and me personally, I wish he would sing like a hardcore instead of a
Yeah,
rap.
but that's what we see. We got some magic we're trying to work out. I mean, it's all in the magical way that Mike Dijon is going to make it happen somehow.
Okay.
We're putting all our whole trust in our new record and what Mike's doing, and Mike's great. Mike's great to work with. New song's incredible.
Incredible musician, man.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying not to fully destroy him yet. Till
Yeah,
after.
not till we're done with
Let's
him.
make a nice record first. He's a sweetheart, dude.
I
man.
lo- we
it made
love
me happy
Mike.
seeing him
Mike-
tour
Mike's
managing
like,
you guys.
Mike's like the next our other member.
He's
really,
like the
to be
fifth
honest.
Beatle.
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw, and it's kind of my first or second time seeing that new drummer. He's incredible. He's not new now, but he's great.
Yeah, he's a great kid.
Danny's
Danny's
Danny's a good
Craig.
guy.
Dude, you have such a great lineup. How important is health to you guys these days? You guys try
Health?
to exercise and stay healthy, and besides touring?
Yeah, I mean, we all doing something. I mean, speaking of my drummer's a brown belt with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, you do
BJJ.
jiu-jitsu. I see you do that.
I'm also purple belt in
Great.
great jiu-jitsu.
So you're still doing that?
Craig's always working out too.
Yeah.
Vinnie,
I sleep.
You're in great shape, though, man.
yeah, he's got a bug.
I still got abs.
Gallows boxing. We all try doing stuff. We all
yeah.
try to stay kind of
Stay moving.
Stay
off tour.
moving. At the same time, I had my health issues.
I know.
It set me back a lot. I was feeling really good before all that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get back to where I was. It's going to take a little time, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's awesome. And just you walk a lot in New York, Stigma?
Well, I live on like the
no
fourth
choice.
floor,
Oh,
so
so
I
you're
do a
walking
lot
up.
of steps.
Oh, dude.
I tell you the truth, that's what kept me in shape, the steps.
Did I ever tell you about when he
I go
went to
down
the
to the
gym?
garbage. I go down get the mail.
He
I go
actually
down
joined
do
the
this.
gym. He joined the gym and he was on a Stairmaster. And Mike Gallo was sending me photos. He was, look at this. There was a line of the Stairmaster. People were so pissed off at him. He's on the Stairmaster. He's videotaping Mike Gallo. He's going up. I never seen a Stairmaster.
Low
so
impact,
slow.
baby. That's the key.
Low impact.
But he had a line of people that were pissed. These people pay money to go to the gym. Gold's Gym.
Oh, my God, dude.
And him's on it like, I've never seen anything like it. It was amazing.
Yeah, meanwhile, a bunch of fat fucks over there. Sorry.
That was the last time you went to the gym over there, probably?
I don't know. They may have thrown him. They may have discontinued his membership after that one.
Exercise. I need to exercise.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, you're looking great, dude. Every time I see him, he looks younger. It's
Take your
crazy,
shirt
man.
off.
He's getting more tattoos.
Only if we were on camera, then I
Yeah.
would. I don't. Otherwise, you know.
Also, there's a lot of sacrificing being in the band and doing what you guys love and missing people's funerals and birthdays and all that stuff and balancing family. Is it you guys? Is it hard to balance family? I know. How old's your son now?
His birthday's coming up. He's going to be 30 almost.
Oh my God, bro! It's crazy,
You know,
dude.
it's just
Right?
that. I mean, we've been through death. When my mom died, I turned around. There was Roger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My son was born. I lose things. My dog dies. You go through you just go through life, and then you support your friend when his dog dies.
Yeah,
let's say, or
man.
whatever, or he has
Yeah.
a problem, or you need whatever. There's no money, no religion, no ego. There's nothing between me and this man right here.
Yeah, man. I love it.
Believe
dude.
me, I cut my fucking arm off for this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, we need that arm to play guitar.
Yo,
Don't do that.
true-
I'll sing that.
Cut your leg off.
True brotherhood, man. True
Really?
brotherhood. Yeah.
You know? I mean, I'm 43 years, but nobody's counting.
I know. And
You know?
but also you balancing your relationships and all that and traveling and being
Yeah.
like,
You know it ain't easy.
it is. And then also like touring is fantasy and home is reality.
Yeah.
And then coming home and trying to be the husband and the father and come back into normal society because what we do is not normal society. Like we're not really like civilians. Like you own a house, you pay a mortgage, you drive a car. This guy lives in his own fucking galaxy, which I fucking love. Like seeing just gonna go home and just chill,
Yeah.
but coming back with kids and all the shit, and then balancing that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And being a dad, and being fucking present because we're all over the place. I know our minds don't stop. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
And
You gotta
we're
balance
always,
that family
we're always
shit,
thinking
dude.
about our families.
I know.
Yeah,
man.
it's
Never a
rough.
day
It
you
is, especially when your kid's little. Now my kid's older. It doesn't matter, you know.
Yeah.
Not that it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter.
But there's also something crazy with touring musicians where you miss your family. You're home for like 3 or 4 days. Then you're like, fuck.
you want to
I
go
have
back
come
on
to- bro,
the curse.
Fuck out of here. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's the curse.
Yeah, you love your family, but you're like, this is too normal because you like the routine. It's that fucking routine of waking up, playing the show in the bus, or you're walking.
I
the
don't got to
city.
cook for myself. I
Yeah.
don't got to do dishes.
Yeah, getting the coffees
know?
in different cities,
Yeah,
fucking
you know.
sleeping.
People cook for me.
We've
you
had
know.
a beautiful life for those
Yeah.
reasons alone. We got to see the world. And how many people you know never even left like their area?
Absolutely.
My neighborhood. I seen kids live and die. Never
Abs-
left my
Yeah,
neighborhood.
man.
And enough to say this, when I was living in New York, I never knew there was anything past New York City. I didn't
Yeah.
know about Buffalo or Albany or
You see
anything.
beyond the buildings.
When
and
I
shit.
used to,
I didn't know. I thought it was just New York City. All of a sudden, now I'm touring. I'm like, wow, New York's a big place. It
Yeah.
has all this.
I used to like when I hung out on A7 back in the day on Avenue Way. When I would see a kid from my neighborhood,
Yeah.
I know he was there to go buy drugs. He'd go to
Mm.
that neighborhood, buy drugs, go back to the neighborhood and do them. And I used to say like to the guy, "Oh, like let's say his name was Frank. Frankie, what are you doing here?" No. What do you mean? Nah, I know what the fuck you're doing here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck back to the neighborhood.
You could tell he didn't live in the
Even
neighborhood,
though
yeah.
I'm from the neighborhood and I'm there, I'm Vinnie the punk rocker.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So they you know?
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. You have any major regrets in your life?
No, not really. Honestly, I mean, I've been through a lot through my life, but I think everything's for its reason.
Not regrets, but I wish I had more kids.
You
know?
Yeah.
I've got 3, so I'm okay.
Yeah, you're all right. I wish I had I would like that for like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But our lifestyle is a very difficult lifestyle.
I'm glad that I have one. So
yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy, all the stuff in your book and how open you guys have always been, your lyrics and the other book you put out, just sharing the world of your collection. I think it's fucking incredible, man.
Yeah.
And you telling your story and the documentary, The Godfather, and just all that stuff. You guys been a really open book about it. And I think that's made people, not that back in the day there was a stigma, no pun intended, about Agnostic Front, skinheads, violence in New York scene.
Yeah.
You know, Stigma's a lovable fucking person. You know what I'm saying? And you too, you're very outgoing. So now the world, thanks to computers, I guess, whatever, you can see you guys as fucking humans and not these scary motherfuckers, which you were probably at one time.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? We were a heavy band.
Yeah.
With a heavy name.
Yeah.
You know, and we come heavy.
Totally.
You know, so when we came to town, everybody knew.
Yeah. They knew it was going down.
Something's going to go down.
Yeah.
And I had to straighten a lot of shit out in my life.
Yeah.
Because I was a little older. You know what I mean?
AF to death, though, man. Sounds like it. AF to death. That's kind of a cool name for a record, AF to death. And then what about, like, I don't know. I talked about the New York Hardcore logo. Oh, I didn't talk about that. Who created that?
I said Kevin from The Abusers really when I came up with that.
Yeah, basically, but they spelled it a little different, and I was like, no, it's got to be this way.
Yeah.
It's got to be M-Y, not M-Y.
I was going to ask you about that because there's always like, which one?
Back then, we were all committed. We would get together like in my house or on the street, and we'd all talk about, like, what do you think about this? And we were all committed to this one
the New York BYO.
idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so it's a side to side one. That's the
yes.
original
I
one.
think every way should be that way.
Okay.
I don't know. I like it the other way. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. When I do every time I sign something, I always write Roger AF and I put AF in the side.
Yeah, right. Well, that was our personal little thing.
Yeah. And then Roger, what about your sobriety? What's your deal?
Sobriety.
Are you sober?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty. I mean, if I drink one beer a year, that's a lot, and it has to be a blue moon. And I'm just not really, I grew up in an alcoholic family.
Yeah.
And I don't even like being around drunk people. It really it makes me uncomfortable. And it's not them. It's just that I don't feel safe.
Yeah.
Because I start triggering and remember my old past, and I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be around these people.
Yeah.
So that's why I chose to stay away from my life, and I didn't want it to move it forward to, like, my kids. They've never seen a beer in our house or nothing like that.
It's awesome. Yeah.
That's just what I wanted.
And you're not getting more tattoos. You're getting them taken off. No more tattoos for you, really?
Well, I mean, no, I haven't got one since my kids' names when they were born. That was about 15,
I got one on tour
ago.
just the other day.
You're still getting them, dude.
Yeah.
I love he's just going for his head now and all that.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
I wanted to do my head again, but I'm like, so much.
You want to do it
painful.
again after all that?
That's why I don't want to do it.
I know, man.
Because
you do the head last and the hands last.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? You don't do that first.
People are getting
the neck.
People are getting put to sleep now and getting their full backs tattooed while they're unconscious.
Wow.
They're getting put under now. It's a whole new thing.
Wow.
I guess.
I don't know if that's cheating. I don't know what that is to me. Like, you wake up, your whole back's done. It's kind of crazy, man. I don't know if it's
like a surgery.
Yeah. I know the answer to this question.
That's dangerous too. You
really.
That's what I'm saying,
just
bro.
going under that. You have to have an
who's
anesthesia.
Going to keep that?
There's a doctor present.
You wind up like Michael Jackson.
It doesn't mean you're going to wake up. There's always those papers you got to sign.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Okay, optimist or pessimist? You guys, optimist or pessimist?
Optimist.
I'm an optimist.
You are.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they say PMA, like what? Negative? Like really?
Yeah, really.
You've always been like that.
Always.
Positive dude. Happy guy.
That's what our scene was. We were talking about it. Went from the punk crazy, chaos. Fuck this.
I know.
Dead at 21.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, dead at 21.
I could have died 3-4 times already.
Live fast, die young.
PMA type of
live
thing.
fast, die young. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not with that. I want to live old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be here. I want to do the things I love as long as I can on this planet. Like, still play shows, still skateboard, do the things I love.
Yeah, right.
And however I can do that by staying healthy mentally too. Like, What about therapy? You guys ever been to therapy?
Nah.
Never.
What therapy? I've been to therapy, but
go to your bartender.
It was
He'll
part of my
straighten you out.
Part of my conditional releases and stuff with what I went through.
Okay, go. You've been to therapy, so yeah.
Yeah, it was part of the conditional releases I had to go to.
Okay.
And you know what? And when I went there, I was so amazed. I was like, wow, these people are fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I was doing most of the time I was doing it just because I had to as part of my thing. I was like, man, these people really got some serious shit going on.
I know one of your regrets. You regret the Roger Psycho tattoo being taken off your body.
I told him that when he was doing it.
I do.
You regret that?
I wrote that in a book.
I know.
It's not even my tattoo.
I really do. And I look at that picture, I'm like, wow, look how cool that was.
They
all had it.
Yeah.
See, it says Roger over it.
Yeah.
It says Billy.
Yeah, right. They didn't want me to get it, the cocksuckers.
Yeah. All three of us had it.
Yeah,
I don't know if Steve Psycho ever got one because he came out after.
I don't think so.
He
should go get one.
You should get one now, man. It'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to do that.
I mean, now I look at that, man. Look how cool that tattoo
I know.
is.
And then, are either you guys religious?
I'm very religious,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know
I'm
if
spiritual, religious. I worked in a funeral parlor. You can't get more spiritual than that.
Oh, yeah. That's
Really. You you ain't got to do yoga or be a vegan to be spiritual.
True.
All these people, they got to be a vegan, a yoga, to be spiritual. Fuck you. Go to a fucking funeral. You see, you feel.
Yeah, that's legit.
That spirit goes into your body.
Damn.
Why are you so angry, old son?
I'm not angry.
He's getting, I like when he gets excited.
I got to talk loud.
So you're
into the
Catholic?
thing.
Catholic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Irish Catholic growing up. What about you, Roger?
I was raised Catholic.
Yeah, me too. I fought against my mom, making me go to church and all that. But
I was raised Catholic. I mean, look, I believe in stuff. I do. I mean, I think
go to church a lot.
I think in general, all of us kind of believe in the same thing. Every religion. I think it's all kind of the same.
There's a church on my block. My family built that church up.
Wow.
So, like, when it got burnt down during the gangs in New York.
The real gangs in New York.
Yeah. Back then, when the Italian people came in, my name
is
in the church.
Crazy.
My family's name is in the church. My grandfather.
Oh, yeah, I saw that in the Hard Lord podcast. You went to. Your name's there. Capuccio. It's crazy, man. Fuck. It's crazy when you, know somebody for 45 years, never really think about their last name. You just think of Stigma.
Yeah.
And then you find out his real name. Like, oh, shit. There's so many people we know from our scene. There's just nicknames. You really don't know the government names.
Right.
But you have such a hard last name, a real last name. Damn, dude. And you kind of picked your own nickname, too,
Yeah,
right?
I picked my own nickname. Fuck you. I love that.
I read that
he
in
made his
book.
own stickers and everything.
read that in his book about that.
Yeah, I was Vinnie Mafia. I was searching for a name. I like Vinnie Mafia.
Dude, Vinnie Mafia is pretty sick.
Yeah.
He made his own stickers, Stigma.
Yeah.
This has been amazing, dude, by the way. How do you do my notes, guys? Pretty good?
Oh, great.
fucking on
Awesome.
point.
You're a great interviewer.
Thank you, man. I got my notes over here. Make sure everything. This is so stressful for me because, I don't know, it's only been a couple of days, but also you got the Rumblers still, too.
Yeah. That's
you like
my
the OG,
hobbies.
you and Squirm, right? Kind of?
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to Squirm. It's still going. There's a West Coast one. It's in Europe.
They're everywhere.
It's everywhere, yeah.
Still going. I mean, we still doing our thing.
And do you still have a nice car, like old
Yeah.
cars?
Yeah, still do. Working on something. I don't talk much about it till it's done. It's gonna be nice.
You're surprised, car you're working on right now?
I do.
Yeah.
Because after the pandemic and my cancer, I had to sell my car to make money.
Fuck.
And then the club bought me a car, and then I'm doing something cool with it.
Yeah. You think there was anything else you guys would have done with your lives if it wasn't this music, what you do?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't know what the hell I would do.
It's crazy, man.
I know I'd be working.
Yeah, you got to trade.
I've always liked working. It's weird.
He's got a good work ethic.
Yeah, he does.
I like using my hands, work with my hands. So I know I'll be working, but I don't.
Stigma could be like the mayor of Mott Street, like something mayor, some sort of leader or some shit. I don't know, Stigma. I don't know.
I always wanted to do this.
Yeah.
I'm a good communicator.
He had everything for the band.
It's fucking crazy, man. Well, your book's amazing. It's like almost 400 pages. It's fucking.
No, this book, Roger's book, is great, man.
It's unreal.
I tell you,
man.
I looked at it the other night. And I was going through page after, and I was documenting my life.
Your fucking
Pretty
life.
much.
Yeah,
My life,
It's
too.
a visual documentation.
It's beautiful, dude.
The layout is great.
I did it all.
Yeah, it's almost
Todd
5 pounds.
did the
I know.
layout.
How long did it take you to put that together? How long did it take you to put it together, Roger, that book?
We started during the pandemic. I took all my stuff to Todd's place here in Long Beach.
Shout out to Todd.
Shout out to Todd,
And
great
then
guy.
We redid it like 3 times. Because Todd works better with a gun to his head.
Okay.
If I would have known this, I would have had 10 guns to his head.
How many text messages do you have from Roger about this book? A lot? 400 pages of text.
Yeah.
But it's cool. You're like OCD'd on it. Made it. It's perfect, dude.
Yo, it's crazy. It was great doing this because I got to put all my stuff in kind of an order.
Yeah, dude.
It was all detective work, and it was
was.
incredible.
Yeah.
It was also great to go revisit our lives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
It's really nice.
Like visually, you get to see it.
Yeah.
Like, me and Vinny already got our books. Now you get to see our life.
Is there anything that like you're like fuck? I forgot to put it in there.
There's stuff I
There's
wish.
always something.
Yeah.
There's one thing definitely that we forgot to put in it. I'm like, oh man, we missed it. The test pressing of Cause for Alarm.
Oh
We have the acetate. We didn't get the test
Well,
pressing. We just didn't shoot it, but it's no big deal. We were gonna put it afterwards. Like, it's all right. It's fine. No one's gonna really miss
maybe
it.
like a bonus book or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, we're working on the second
deluxe.
edition now.
The deluxe version, bro. Yeah.
We're working on the second edition now, and there's going to be a third edition, which is a little bit slimmer down. And maybe different things will come to me because I hope like there's stuff I'm missing, stuff I like, pockets I like to fill, like flyers and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe I could substitute some out if some come to me somehow.
Yeah. Is there a favorite Agnostic Front album for each of you guys that you love?
A Victim in Pain is my favorite album.
Okay, both?
Yeah.
Is there an Agnostic Front song you guys love playing still? You don't get sick of?
I like the whole most of the songs on Victim in Pain.
Yeah, me
Okay.
too.
Fascist Attitude.
You can't go wrong
with
with
time.
Okay.
That whole record to me is
Perfect.
it's in my top 5. And people ask, what's your top 5 records? I always put Victim in Pain. I know it's my record, but I don't.
Everybody puts it
I don't.
out like
I
that,
don't
you know?
listen
It's
to
like-
it as my record. I listen to it as a record, and there is not a bad song on the damn record.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
great
perfect.
song,
I
front to
know.
back. You put it like Minor Threat. Put it on front to back.
These are
it's
classic
amazing.
records.
Yeah.
You know, so I put myself out of it. I'm like, that's a great record.
Is
I'm
there-
glad I'm up there with those guys too.
Oh, you are, man.
You know, they're a lot of great guys. They did a lot of, good things. So
For sure.
one thing I like about Minor Threat, they never came back and did a reunion.
I love that
I
too, dude.
respect that so much.
Me too, dude.
I'm not a Fugazi fan. I like the Teen Idols and
Yeah.
everything, but whatever, I respect that a lot.
Me too.
Because a lot of
Egg something bad.
Egg Hunt.
Egg Hunt.
That was just the
Hunt, yeah.
70s. That was cool too.
Wig Out, that was separate.
Dag
but-
Nasty, yeah.
Dag Nasty, yeah.
Is there an Agnostic Front song you guys get sick of playing? Like, I don't want to play the song again.
Well, you know what's funny? It's not even our song, Crucified, for example.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
On that tour we just did with Sepultura, we didn't play it.
Oh, shit.
And
that's
nobody,
right.
I mean, some people, you didn't notice.
No, but that's for the headlining shit, I guess. Yeah.
It was like, we took a break from it.
Yeah.
But then we went back and played, and it was great.
Then Europe, you played. It's like your
Yeah.
bro him. Like,
Well, then we let the kids come up and sing it with us.
Yeah.
The Violent Way kids, they came up.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I gave the kid, Nicky, my guitar.
Oh,
and
that's fucking
then I
awesome.
told him, when you're done playing the guitar, you got to hold the guitar up. And
Hell
you
yeah.
become Stigma. Oh, the kid loved it. It
Yeah,
was
he loved it.
that we give him, that's
Yeah.
passing the torch.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's me passing the torch to
beautiful,
the
dude.
kid.
These are things people don't forget.
Yeah.
You know, people that,
Yeah, like people,
bands and
like I was in Germany 2 years ago or whatever. And the guy comes to me, yo, Winnie, you remember me? I said, nah, I don't remember you. He says, when I was little, you put me on your shoulders. I said, yeah, I can't do that no more. He's like a giant, this guy.
That's
People don't
amazing.
forget that.
I know,
we
man.
bring kids up on stage. You
Dude,
know,
there's generations of people that like their kids love you now. It's like their
Yeah.
kids love you. It's fucking crazy.
I mean,
man.
even people, like one time that we were in Texas doing a Roadhouse, a real tough place we were playing, and this guy and his wife came and their kid was challenged, okay? And I took him on stage, and the kid had the greatest time in his life. And then on the loadout, the guy came up to me and he says, Vinny, thank you. For letting my kid up there. He had a great time.
Oh, it's
my wife
beautiful,
is
man.
over there in the corner crying.
Ah, dude.
You know what I mean?
It's
I'm
heavy,
like,
man.
it brings tears in my eyes right now. Like
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like,
It's beautiful,
stupid
man.
things like that.
And who would have thought, like something you guys created that many years ago, the impact it still has on different generations. It's beautiful, man. It's fucking crazy.
people show up with their kids now.
Yeah,
I know, man. It would be hard for you guys to give a top 5 favorite New York hardcore bands.
No, not hard for me.
What you got?
I would say
Madball.
Gnostic Front.
Okay, you got Madball.
Gnostic
Okay,
Front.
I would say Antidote, Cause for Alarm. I would say
AF.
Heart Attack. I love Heart Attack. Let me see. One more. Antidote, Cause for Alarm. The Abused.
Okay, those are your 5.
Oh, no, you know what? Urban Waste is probably
Urban
top.
Waste,
My
see,
top
there
top
you
of
go.
all those is Urban Waste. I love
Damn.
Urban
Yeah,
Waste.
Urban
What about
Waste.
you, Stigma? What do you got top
Oh, I
5?
got basically the same 5.
Okay. AF's in there too, though, right?
Yeah, but you
You can't count yourself, so
Okay.
I'll throw H2O in there.
Yeah. Madball's in there too for sure.
Oh
though.
yeah.
You know, another thing besides that, I still have my full record collection, which I was going.
I know you have a
to all
crazy.
that.
That could be a whole book itself.
It's a whole
like,
book itself. If I wanted to do that, but I didn't. But
yeah,
you know
have
what?
So much vinyl, dude.
I have a little. During the same time I was doing this stuff, I started doing like this. I opened up a little thing called on Instagram called Vinyl Assault, like a little thing.
Okay.
And it's just at first I just started putting some records, then I started doing like a tour, and people didn't pick it up. Like I was touring America and playing bands from different cities.
Damn, that's
and
cool.
telling little stories.
That's
I
cool.
had the greatest time doing that. I mean, I couldn't put everything on there, but you know, it's cool little, if you want to look at some crazy, great
man.
New York hardcore records or even records from all over the country.
That's another thing.
Go
You kept
that
your
vinyl
vinyl all
assault.
these years too,
Yeah.
traveling, man.
I mean,
Vinyl's hard to keep.
We played every PAL's Indian Civic Center, like Mikey Black Cloud in like Oklahoma or somewhere. He gave me feathers because they're Indians,
Oh, wow.
American Indians,
Yeah.
and now they're elders in the
Gotcha.
tribe.
That's
So
crazy,
he gave me
man.
a bunch of Indian feathers as an honor.
Damn.
You know, because we went there back in '82, '83.
Those pictures are in there. Us
Okay.
playing the Indian Center.
Damn,
You know,
man.
that
Yeah.
we were supporting these people.
Yeah.
And these were like Billy Jack people with the braids, you know, like real American Indians.
Amazing, man.
And like I'm from New York City. You know what I mean? And it's cool. Hey, you know where the Mohawks come from? New York.
Yeah.
That's the Mohawk tribe.
Damn. The Stigma tribe, dude.
Yeah, that's why I wear Mohawk.
Dude, I love he's still running the Mohawk.
I
man.
wearing
He's got good hair too. Seems
well,
got good
yeah,
hair. Dude.
I've been wearing a Mohawk since the '70s.
I know, man.
Yeah, it's true. You seen the pictures?
I know it's crazy. We
He's
first
got
saw him with the
mohawk.
Mohawk
He's
skanking. I
pointing at
know.
his Eliminators flyer. He's got his mohawk.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
And I saw him with a mohawk.
Crazy, dude. And he's still rocking it, dude.
Oh yeah.
He'll be 70 this next year.
Yep. I just
Dude.
turned 69 recently.
How old are you, Roger?
I just turned 60.
Fuck, dude. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for fucking.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like I could talk to you
Fun.
for fucking hours.
Yeah,
but
right.
dude,
I know.
this is
Believe me, we
amazing.
probably missed a lot of things, so we have to come back.
I know, man. But
We'll
dude,
be back.
Yeah.
well, I feel like we covered a lot, guys. Right? We did pretty good cover. Yeah, I'm psyched. I'm proud of myself for my notes. But yeah, dudes, thank you for everything you put out into the world. What you continue to put out into the world. What you've done for hardcore. For me personally, you know, just meeting you guys, moving to New York. How you guys were towards my band, the brotherly love, the ball breaking. I love all this shit, and like you guys are definitely a part of my life, and I appreciate you guys. You guys are my top. You guys are my top 5 New York hardcore bands
Thank
for
you,
sure,
Tom.
man.
Thank
yeah.
you, man.
Really.
Appreciate
I appreciate
that.
you guys so much, and the blood, the sweat, the tears, the sacrifice, everything you've been through to fucking still do it, man. You guys still give it 100%, dude. It's crazy,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Just a little older and grayer, I guess.
Yeah.
Like wine, mate.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe we're
dude.
becoming intellectuals with books and stuff.
I
like
know
that.
it's so
Yeah,
cool seeing you
yeah.
guys have books, dude.
Yeah.
You guys read books?
What?
Yeah,
You know how to
I
read?
read that book
Okay.
with time.
I like books with pictures.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
book
that's a
with a
book of-
lot of
that's a-
pictures.
that's one of
My
them.
book is easy to read.
No, your book's really
It's an
easy to
easy
read.
one.
It is, but you guys don't really read books, really, huh? It's interesting.
I read books all the
Okay.
time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
love
really a
reading
book
books.
reader.
I take a book
you
on
know?
tour every tour and I read
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
Is that legit? He does read. Okay.
I don't.
Audiobooks are good too, though.
Audio, yeah.
Good.
I got an audio. I did that as an audio.
Oh, you
too.
did with your voice?
Yeah.
I want
Man.
that. I want that. That's
I was
out
telling
too.
a story about and I got choked up. I
Yeah.
started in the boot. The guy left it.
The boot.
Yeah, you should leave it in there. I heard it's hard.
He was
heard
in
it's
a
hard
boot
doing
doing
audiobooks. So where can people get your books right now? Roger, where can we get your book?
Right now, you could get my book at Rev HQ.
That's where I got mine.
And basically,
Cortex too in Germany?
Cortex and you're
Oh,
overseas.
yeah, okay.
Overseas. But we're going to be also able to get it right at our website, withtimethebook.com.
Sick.
Direct eventually soon.
Okay.
And then Vinny's book is everywhere too.
Where's your book at? Amazon? Oh, your book's on Amazon. Yeah, I
he's
saw
on
it.
Amazon.
Your book's not on Amazon yet.
No,
You're on it.
my book is a different book.
Okay.
My other book was on Amazon. This one is
Okay.
It's just
Generation Records.
This one's harder to find.
it's
probably.
a different level.
Okay.
It's a coffee table book.
Yeah,
It's-
that's
it's,
true
sick.
coffee
It's a 4.5 pound book.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And we can't really make. The only way we can make it go on Amazon if we make it like soft cover, thinner page. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no,
I don't want
no.
to cheapen my
No,
book
no,
out.
no.
Okay.
This kind of book. I just want it the way I envision it.
Yeah, and Stigma's book's out there. It's everywhere. You can find it on Amazon. That's pretty much where it's at, right online or something like that.
Generation Records
Yeah.
online and Cortex and overseas and
Rolling
whatever.
Stone wrote it up, which is amazing,
Yeah.
man. Fuck, dude. Shout out to Rusty. Been rocking that necklace for 20 years. It's your favorite necklace.
Right. Rusty
Pistachio.
yes.
Me and Stigma talk to each other, but sometimes he thinks he's talking to Rusty.
I got you in like the wrong name I got.
Is that what happens for
Yeah,
real?
I love it, dude. Sometimes he'll text me for the star, like, yo, Rusty, Stigma's looking for you. And then he'll hit you up.
Where's he living now?
He lives in South Carolina.
All right, I got to get him.
No, he lives in Georgia.
South Carolina?
yeah.
Georgia. He's by Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, he's on the border of that. Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
okay.
But his jewelry lasts a long time. Holy shit.
The best. I rock
I
this.
know, man.
Always.
Fuck.
You know why? Because I used to sell these at my tattoo shop.
Okay.
And I was wearing the star, but the chain was like a fucking. You go to the bathroom, pull the chain.
Yeah, shower.
Like a bullshit chain. I run into Rusty one day. He says, "You can't wear that."
Yeah.
He took the fucking chain off his neck and gave it to me. This is his chain.
Legit chain.
Yeah. So shout out to Rusty.
And New York Hardcore Tattoos is still there.
Still there.
Okay, and you guys aren't part of it. It's just still there.
Yeah, I'm still part of it.
Okay.
I'm going to have a book release out there.
Okay, sick,
Roger, if
okay.
you want, you too.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do it together. We'll make
amazing.
something out of nothing,
Make something out of nothing.
I love seeing you guys
I've
together.
been
It's a
making something out of
beautiful
nothing my
thing,
whole
man.
life over here with this guy. Making something out of nothing.
Yeah, and look where we wind up at Toby's podcast.
I know, dude. Thank you guys so much for being here and last minute and being here together. This is like,
this is magical.
it's magical and it's a
Roger.
big deal for me. And I really fucking was stressing about this for 2 days. I had notes around my whole fucking house. I covered everything.
I'm sure Moon's gonna be happy to come home and not see notes everywhere.
Yeah.
No, I know. But I just want to get everything in my mind. for
Yeah,
2
no,
days.
you're great.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, it was
really
great.
I love you guys, man.
Love
so
you
much.
too,
Appreciate
brother.
you guys.
Thank you.
Let's go laser your head now.
All right.
Bye. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Over 600,000 removal treatments done. 100 locations. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art Pico-Way laser technology. Cryotechnology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, we talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is an over 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out.